As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Say hello to my little friend.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
A boy's best friend is his mother.
Yeah. Oh man, I went up. Yo, let's clap it up. Acting Up Podcast.
Acting Up Podcast. That sounds like at least what, 20 hands?
That's like 30. That's like fuck your audience.
I'm just trying to everybody got 2 hands, so it's like 5 people out there.
Well, I'm not counting. I mean,
you were never good at mathematics.
I mean,
I don't know. Your teacher told me.
Hey, listen, no, let's not talk about that. We won't get into school shit right now.
Oh, yeah. I went to summer school every summer for English and social studies.
You know what? I went to summer school for the free lunch.
You went to summer school on purpose?
Yeah, summer school lunch was, you had the peach and you had the little carton of juice. And, you put the juice in the freezer.
About in college or in high school?
Oh, I'm talking about something else.
What are you talking about?
I was talking about, well, not even high school. Sorry about that. I was talking about grammar school. You know what I mean?
Grammar?
Yeah, I'm sorry. What you was talking about? College?
Yeah,
Yo, I used to go to Montclair. Yo, speaking of college, I used to go to Montclair State College and just go in line. I used to act like I went there. And I used to go in line and just get they had the crazy chefs and all kind of shit, Ginsu bags, all kind of shit.
They're still cafeteria cooks. That's what they were.
Well, I mean, it was special because it was a buffet. You get what you want. And all kind of shit. No, y'all ever ate that in college?
Yeah. We used to steal that there all the time, yo. I went to Morgan State University and only one of us had a meal plan. The rest of us had to go in and steal for at least 30 minutes. Yo, since people like taking a menu, I'll take a burger. Yeah, give me some fries. Yo, bring out a drink. I was like, where am I gonna put all this shit? You can go back. You can go back and forth.
Well, you can see that's when suitcasing was in there.
Yeah, well, at least 5 of us went in, 4 snuck in. Yeah. I might have had the shit, but I know my man.
See, he didn't get that suitcasing. That's a jail thing. In case you don't know, you got a place to put the drugs. You put it in a suitcase.
Yeah, different name for that.
I got it, but that was my backpack, asshole.
Oh, okay, all right.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Oh yeah, you guys that don't know what a suitcase is. Hey, how'd you get those drugs in here, Malik? It's in the suitcase. Yeah,
that's why they make the squad call.
We're not gonna touch that one.
Oh, hold up. We got Bitter Nigga here.
Oh, what's up, Bitter Nigga? How's it? We got Bitter Nigga is always on the camera. How's it looking? Are we looking crispy?
Yeah, well,
slow motion.
The camera look good.
Regular Bitter Nigga.
Bitter Niggas just bitter, yo.
We got Side Man.
Side Man. What's good, Side Man?
I just got side shit to say. I'm just waiting to say this.
You got a grudge against somebody?
Nah, that's Bitter Nigga's job shit. I'm just here for side shit.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Baby Soul in the house.
Baby Soul is in the house.
His first one.
Yeah. Shout out to Lil Soul. Oh man, that's
a good looking kid right there.
That is a good looking kid.
I'm your uncle.
The sperm swam out looking good. Like if it was outside, you'd be like, hey, that's a good look.
Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, and happy birthday, happy 6 months birthday to Baby Soul.
Oh, let's clap that up.
Cisco's firstborn right there.
That's right.
Turn up.
Now we know it.
I also want to dedicate. Look, I know these things. I was stingy with my seed. I never walked away from a situation wondering, probably shouldn't have did that.
I saw 4 niggas look just like you
one time.
I saw four kids at the EBT center. Just like you.
Little Cisco's running around.
Yeah, but I also want to dedicate this show to my ace, one of my best friends, one of my dogs that I met in Morgan many years ago. He recently just met God and went up to the eternal sleep. And I just want to give it up for my man Roberto Duncan. You know what I mean? You will always be missed. You are my dude. I love you, bro. You're gone too soon. And I want to dedicate this show right here to him.
Can we give him a moment? Let's
Yes,
give him a
let's
moment.
give him a moment. Like boxing. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Panama, Jersey. He was from Jersey. That's the one of the cats I was talking about on the trade show. Yeah, he was from Edison. He was from Edison, New Jersey.
Okay, Edison.
Yep.
They box out there.
Yeah, man. Yo, Roberto was that dude. He was a he was like one of the smartest dumb guys I ever knew. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was a school teacher and he taught like 8th grade. And he was such a mentor to everybody. And he taught English, he taught music, he played classical, like, you know, on some real classical shit. But he made some of the worst decisions, you know what I mean? Like, ever. You know, like, we'd be on the way to the party and Bert be like, I'm gonna dip down this street. Like, we got a caravan of like 5 cars going. We're like, where's Bert going? He's like, yo, where you at? He's like, yo, I didn't feel like following y'all no more. Like, what? Like, it would just be like crazy stuff. You know what I mean? But that was that, man, it hurts my heart that he's gone. And yeah, but we not gonna be down on this show. We acting up. We gonna keep it all the way up.
Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up.
His spirit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what's up with you, man? How's your week been looking like?
My week been looking good, you know what I'm saying? I got 2 workouts in, you know what I mean? 2. I'm on 2 a day.
It's
now,
already,
you know
it's just Monday. It's Tuesday. No, what is today?
I'm on 3 a day now, you know what I mean?
3 a day.
Yeah, now I'm trying to get right, but you know, it's that midsection, you know what I'm saying? It's that part.
Man,
You know what I'm talking about?
Don't talk to me about no midsections. It's gone.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
You just gonna give it up?
I feel like the Pillsbury
It's gonna be
Doughboy.
one of those like little short Carlitos away, like you gonna be a little
I'm gonna be like John Lucas. No, Luis Guzman.
Oh my God, you see him?
Hey!
Luis Guzman. Yo, he's out there right now.
Nah, yo, Luis is the dude.
Don't let it go.
Get you one day.
Stay on Running Canyon.
Running Canyon. You know, last time I went to Running Canyon, I had Baby Soul strapped to the front. And you know what the problem is?
What's the problem?
He's in a little kangaroo pouch.
Right.
And his little legs keep on hitting my thigh. So it's like an extra workout. It's like extra. My legs they couldn't move as quick.
No,
as
what
I
you
wanted
gotta
to.
do is you gotta turn him around, put him backwards so his knees will hit you. So he'll be dealing with that.
It's still a leg. It's like resistance.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? I need to put him on my back.
You could do that
You
too.
know what I mean? But
yeah.
he be back there.
That's what I used to do when I used to do Running Canyon.
I don't know how to put him. I'm by myself too. I don't know how to like put him in there and make sure he's alright. I be running and be like, where you at? Hey yo, like, man, you've been such a good boy. When you start putting your feeding more, you're kind of right.
What's the craziest thing you ever done so far with Baby Soul that you know, Mama would be like, yo, what the hell? And she might not know about it. I don't know. You know what I mean? I got a crazy story.
Oh man, tell yours and I think.
Yo, my crazy story with my kid, my daughter, she was about I don't know, maybe a little bit bigger, 1 or 2 days older than Soul is right now.
6 months and 2 days.
Yeah, we was going to Jersey. And I used to take, because you know I didn't want her to cry on a plane, so I give her a little bit of what do you call that?
Yak?
A little bit of
Jesus?
What is it? Motrin.
Motrin.
You get the Motrin of the thing.
You said like this though. You shot her up with it.
Yeah, because you know you extract it. So I gave it to her in her mouth. And I took like a one of those other, you know, you take a sleeping pill for the plane. So we sit there. Listen. No, and then so we sitting there waiting for the flight. I'm like, yeah, we about to board. I opened my eyes, it was like 2 flights later. And she was like hanging over like that. I was like, oh shit, I felt bad. I was like, damn. Yeah, that's one of my stories. I mean, it happens. You don't want the baby to
Well,
hey, who got the number to see?
I ain't got it.
That's horrible.
Don't tell nobody.
It's a horrible story.
It was a long time ago.
How old is she now?
It was a long time ago.
How old is she now?
27.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Child service ain't gonna work no more.
No, it's over. It happened. It was in the past.
I'm trying to think. I might have put it on his.
It was on the past.
Oh no.
I might have put him on like the blanket and then went into the bathroom and I was watching him through the mirror. And he was, I was like, hey, tummy time. I'll be right back. You know what I mean? I had to drop a deuce. And so I'm up in there watching him in the mirror and then, next thing you know, I'm distracted by my phone. And then I look over and like he was here. And now he was over here. He must have like rolled like.
That's crazy. Now they do shit like
but I was proud of him because he couldn't roll yet. I was like, he's hitting his milestone.
I know that was a crazy story, but guess what?
Yours is delinquent.
No.
That's not crazy.
But guess what? When you have kids, you're gonna do things that you're gonna be like, yo, I'll never do that shit again. You know what I mean? It happens. It happens.
I'd have never did that shit.
Listen, man. Listen. Come on. Listen.
You do realize you said you sedated your kid and then sedated yourself.
5-hour flight.
Kids neck hanging.
But you wasted it all sleeping at the airport.
Your Honor, it was a 5-hour flight.
Malik, you didn't think one of you need to be sober to get on the plane?
No, we were about the board. I thought it was all good, so I just.
Why didn't you do it when you got on the plane?
I know, next time.
Because they probably next
time I'll do it right here, right?
Then it would have looked illegal.
No, y'all make me feel bad. I'm never.
You should.
You should have felt bad. You feel bad now.
I'll never tell that story again.
You should. Especially if you ever have another kid.
I guess it's my day again. I guess it's my day.
2 weeks ago. It's okay.
All right, simmer down.
It's so funny when I went to Africa with my brother and we leaving, his baby mama gave him some some Quaaludes. She was like, here, just take, these are very strong, and just cut them in half, and you guys will sleep throughout the whole flight. So he's like, yeah, cool. And so I never.
Wait a minute, Quaalude? She should be in jail. It was like probably it had to be on that level. You know what I mean? And so I get the whole row to myself. There's like mad rows just open, so I'm just asleep. I wake up and I just hear, I wake up like I look over. My brother Joe is like this on the back of the seat. Doing that to a little baby that this white lady's holding. And he's like, yeah, and he's drooling. Oh, no. I'm like, Joe, what the hell are you doing?
Where the fuck is this show?
You're keeping everybody awake. Like, what are you doing? When you see the baby, I was like, Joe, if you don't turn your ass around and go to sleep.
That's crazy.
Come on. I was like, yo, Joe, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? What's wrong? Like, you look. He's like, yo.
I'm high, nigga.
I was supposed to break that pill in half, and I took the whole thing. And he's been drinking internationally for free. So, yo, on one, gone. Like,
what's the name of this segment?
We're gonna get kicked off of this flight if you don't chill out. All right? Don't tell me to wrap it up. This nigga side nigga.
Yeah. Don't tell me to wrap it up.
I didn't get my story. I shot my arm.
Oh, shit.
That's some real bitter shit.
So I mean,
so either way,
we got some good shit happening tonight. You know that, right?
We got some amazing shit. I don't think y'all ready for this, to be honest with you.
I mean, I like you the super intro guy. You know what I mean? You do the whole super
intro. But you didn't do your research.
Listen, I'm on Google as we speak. I'm Googling. I'm on Google. I got this.
Oh, yo, what's up, y'all? Yo, out there and live. You know what I mean? Wait.
Yo, we live here. Yo, we Actin Up live. Yo, what up, D?
What's good?
Yo, D, you gotta come through, Cap. You gotta come through, Cap.
Cousin Jason Perez. What up? Bronx in the house. Abdullah.
Yes, close.
What's good? Yo, wait a minute. Danny Wooten. Danny, you're here. Why are you watching live?
Danny's little shit. Shout out to Danny Wooten. Word up.
He's a team player.
He's the doctor in the Snickers.
You just put this girl on black. He's like, what I am?
So any of you that audition for it, you didn't.
Oh, I want to shout out my nigga from Philly. My nigga, he say from Philly. I think he's from Camden, though. My nigga Odie Bricks is in the building. Odie Bricks.
Camden ain't Philly. That's just a really bad part of Jersey.
Yeah. Camden want to be like from Philly. I I mean, that's what you told me. I'm not
They
sure.
die quicker.
Which one?
Camden. Sorry.
That's no
It's true.
It's
true. Shout out to my man Twix from Camden. Yo, but okay, so check it out. Right now, we're making history. We've never had these two people, and these two people have never been in the same room.
These two people?
And actually had a real conversation. And I'm just kidding.
Oh,
no, actually, no, that's not true. I mean, that is true, but that's just the characters that they played. You know what I mean? I want to give it up and introduce our first contestant on The Price is Right. Nah, yo,
take your time, brother. Take your time, brother.
Yo, he's an Afro-Rican. You know what I mean? One of my Puerto Rican brothers. Man, he's played the most notorious cat.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Oh.
In history. In hip hop history, and he didn't just play him once. He played him like maybe two.
Just two. Yeah.
I saw something. That's what I wanted to ask you about.
Just two.
About that. But you know, very talented dude, and we're gonna be seeing a lot more of him. You know what I mean? And he's going behind the camera. He's producing. He's writing. Yo, you wrote something that I was like, word, he wrote that. Okay, that's what's up.
Well, who is he, Cisco? Who is he?
Oh, yo, Dominic Santana. And this next cat, this next cat has played one of the dopest cats, MCs, lyricists in hip hop history. You know what I mean?
Word.
Oh, and you know, wait, hold up. Dominic played, of course, Suge Knight for y'all that don't know. If y'all didn't get what I was talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He played Suge Knight and
killed that shit too.
Killed that shit.
Appreciate that.
He was the scariest one to me. I was like, oh.
He did everything with the cigar.
The cigar. So back to my man that has played the Notorious B.I.G. My man from Strong Island in the house. You know what I mean? And he's definitely gonna be seeing more of him. These two cats are they've already blown, but it's like it's gonna be dope. It's always dope to see actors when they come in playing a real person and then what else they can do. You know what I mean? Like what other just fictional or fake characters they can play. You know what I mean? Because to have to play real people. That's got to be something.
We call that a stretch.
Yeah, it's got to be challenging. It's a lot of pressure on you. But give it up for my man, Wavy Jonez.
Give it up for that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's up, fellas? What's up?
What up?
Chilling. Right? Yeah. It almost looks like we're here for like a moderation. Like, okay, Biggie, what do you want to say? Is everything we're gonna be good tonight, right?
Of course. That's my man.
We go.
You set this up like East Coast, West Coast, like
East Coast, West Coast.
I'm East Coast.
Playing over here in North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Long Island.
Yes, sir.
East Coast.
Okay.
Jersey. New York. Right? Yeah. So, and then we got the Bronx in the house. Better niggas from Rialto.
So, Rialto.
Right.
From the BX.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man.
Yeah?
Feeling good. He looking buzzed over there.
Feeling good out of this one. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great right about now, man.
Get that up to Jennifer. She
shout out to Jennifer.
Yo, going up.
Bigs up to Shakola, our producer in the house.
Shakola.
We're over there like Oprah with the glasses on. Fellas, don't fuck up. Yo, so let me start with you, Wavy. You know what I mean? Like you came on the scene in Unsolved. We were both in Unsolved. Matter of fact, all three of us were in Unsolved.
Can I get a four?
I was about to say
piece from the biscuit. See, that's your problem. I want to be in the movie. I want to be in the thing.
You weren't in Unsolved.
I was in a thing one time.
You played played your part then.
They played me out. They opened the door. I said, no, he's not here. And then I closed the door. They said, okay, like,
no, I really thought, wait, hold up.
no, that was me. No, that was, yeah. No. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I was on the show. They covered all my tattoos up and put me in a long sleeve
No,
shirt.
dead ass.
I'm dead ass.
You were on Unsolved too.
Yeah.
You came to the door,
I
right?
was creepy cuz.
You played the. Who did you play?
Creepy cuz, something like that.
They came and interrogated you.
They didn't interrogate
They
me.
asked who somebody was.
Yeah, they got nervous when I answered the door. They got nervous, so they rearranged the whole script.
Well, if you came to the door, I'd be nervous too.
I mean,
You made the cut. You keep on saying.
I made the cut.
Yeah, you
made
made
the movie.
You didn't watch it.
So it's the four of us.
Well, mystery solved.
I said all that.
Real unsolved. Nah, real talk. We were all unsolved. The murders of Tupac and Biggie Smalls.
Still currently on Netflix.
Yeah.
Check it out.
You know, Anthony Hemingway directed it.
He did his thing.
AUP'd it. Yeah, they did their thing, man.
For sure.
Shout out to Mr. Hemingway.
So Wavy, man.
What's up?
Like, that was your first joint?
Yeah.
Did you? What was it? Did they call you in? Did you send in like a self tape? Like, how did you? What did it take to end up there?
It was an open casting call. It was online. It was on Facebook, and they was looking for Biggie, Pac, and Puffy, and I was just like, let me try and see what happened. I did, and they called me back out here.
You sent in a tape? Like
yeah, I sent in a tape. They wanted me to do this little monologue and then rap. And I sat down and just did it. I didn't know how to do a self-tape. I was just like, well, they're going to accept anything. And I sent it in and they called me back.
Wow. Did anybody ever compare you to Biggie?
When I was a kid, I don't look nothing like Biggie. But when I was a kid, I used to have this fascination for Kangol hats. And I would walk around Harlem with it. And I remember when they were shooting Notorious, they was like, yo, you can play younger Biggie. You know what I'm saying? So I had got that then, and I brushed it off, and then, you know what I'm saying, 2017 coming, I'm playing them in the series.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy, because you really rhyme.
Yeah.
So how long have you been rhyming for before you end up playing?
I've been rhyming all my life.
So did you ever play around and just like, with Big's lyrics?
Of course,
or,
of course.
Did you
Yeah.
You know, act like you were Biggie in the mirror, so you already knew that you could kind of do this.
Yeah, I knew I could do it, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a matter, they just needed to see it.
Yeah, they needed me, so.
Yeah.
That's right.
He got the voice and everything.
I know, I'm just waiting for him to go,
So when Biggie, how old were you when Biggie was doing this thing?
I mean, Big died, 97? I was born in 94.
Oh, shut wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, I mean, but when did Biggie get introduced to you?
I mean, when Big died, you could feel that in the air. It was like a thick smoke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even
when you were born?
No. When he died in 97, like, you could feel that in the air. It was thick. You don't know what's going on. Like, I was young, but I'm saying you can feel that. Like, you can feel that. I remember Funkmaster Flex talking about it on the radio. You know what I'm saying? They was playing, they did a tribute. They was playing Big all day on Hot 97. Like, I remember that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was an energy that had to be felt.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this. When you were playing the character, when you were in the character of Biggie, did you ever feel like you were illuminated, like Biggie was like, how do you say that? Like you felt his presence, or you felt the spirit, like you get the chills. You know when you're doing your thing, you know what I mean? You get that feeling.
Absolutely. It was like Big was following me. And it's funny, you talk to Mark Rose and tell you it felt like Pac was following him. Like everywhere we go, we would hear them out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like their music. Like I don't normally hear Biggie just going down the street. You know what I'm saying? People riding past my house playing them. You know what I'm saying? It was weird. We don't normally get that.
It's that law of attraction.
Yeah. So I definitely felt his presence. Somebody told me, you got to shake that. You know what I'm saying? You got to shake that off of you, because I was definitely feeling, I felt a lot on that one.
Yeah, it's heavy. I mean, you portrayed a real person, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's heavy, so you you're embodying that.
For sure.
Revered,
right.
Icon,
right.
Somebody who's loved. It's like, yo, it's one thing you playing somebody nobody likes, and it's like, well, they're not gonna care how you play him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about Biggie?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, was there a point? Did you go into filming like on the first day, like, oh shit, like I hope I get this right, and the second part of that question is, was there, like, at what point did you say to yourself, I got this?
The first time we actually shot the if you look at the pilot, we shot that the rap scene in the living room first. And when I got in there, like I was bouncing off the energy of everybody in the room, I was like, oh, this is in the bag right here. Like I'm definitely gonna bring them forth, you know what I'm saying? And the director wasn't like getting on me like, yeah, you messing this up or nothing. So I felt like I was on it.
Did you feel comfortable?
Yeah, I felt like I was on it.
Yeah, because like sometimes once you say to yourself, like, I got this,
yeah,
it's almost like you him all the time, man. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
that thing I was talking about. I didn't say, but that was that thing. You get the goosebumps, the chills, you feel it. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. It was that energy.
You know, I gotta say this, not because I answered to doing everything. It's not because I answered it. But that was the best Biggie Pop depiction for me. It was just the way they shot it, because telling stories of other people's stories, how they seen it, it was more interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least for my take.
Well, I mean, I think they really did their research. They really went in. I mean, the dude who wrote it was a white boy, and when he said when he's what was my man's name?
Kyle Long.
Yeah. Say it again?
Kyle Long.
Yeah. And he said when he was a big Biggie fan, big Tupac fan, and he was years later. He was sitting there and he said, I think I could have sworn he said he saw something on TV and he was like, what happened to that? Like, why hasn't anybody solved those murders? And he said, you know what? That would be dope to actually go in and do a series. At least that's what I remember. If I'm getting it wrong, I apologize, but I remember him saying that something like that at Sundance. Weren't y'all at Sundance? Y'all was at Sundance,
I wasn't.
right?
I remember you was out there, yeah.
Yeah. The flakes were that big that year. They were huge. But yeah, that's crazy. Now, another thing is, like, I think that living room scene, wasn't Pac there too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that was in Cali.
Yeah, that was when Big met Pac, you know what I'm saying? He invited him to the crib, yeah.
So, how did you guys establish that relationship, even though there's not a lot, of footage of Big and Pac? You know what I mean? Yeah, there's that one concert. There's some few things, but it's not a lot that you can really research.
Yeah. I felt, you remember that scene where it's like Pac and Big and they sitting down and he's like, I forgot what he was saying, what joint he was, said something coming out the nose, sipping, and it's him and Pac across from the table.
Yeah.
Me and Mark originally prepared for that scene. We thought we was gonna be doing that. So how we went into it, we just felt that scene out. You know what I'm saying? So when he put us directly across the room from each other, we was like, well, we gonna bring that same energy to it. And that's what I did. That's why I was like if you see me, like I'm super like into it. Yeah. He was chilling and doing what he was doing. You know what I mean? So we definitely brought that energy from that clip on there. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Do you get any do you get any at all like negative like feedback from, you know what I mean? Like anybody that's caught up on a different side of, Biggie and Pop, you know what I mean?
Negative feedback from
people that love Pop, but don't have that same
West Coast
admiration.
Yeah.
You ever got any like
what up, blood?
Yeah. Oh, this is like real unrelated, but it kind of goes back to what you said about feeling the spirit. We had just me, Mark, Anthony, we all out in Miami for like for New Year's. And I come out and I come back, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the LAX. And this dude ran up on me. I'm a New York Capital. He said, yo, you from New York? I said, yeah. He said, we don't fuck with your kind out here. It's California, blood. And he said that shit. I'm ready to fight. I had the Timbs on. I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what this dude got, but you know what I'm saying? It was one of those energies. I'm like, man, Big must be on me. Like something is, it's just the strangest thing. You shooting this series, you don't know who's about to see it or whatever, but this random dude out of nowhere, he flamed up. He come over there and he's just like, that's his type of energy, you know what I'm saying?
That's the reason why I asked that, because I seen something not too long ago where Cameron was saying he still gets static for killing Mitch. You know what I mean? Cameron.
Yeah.
So that's why I like money. You know what
making Mitch.
Money making Mitch. I like that name.
Yeah. They get caught up in that world. A lot of the fans and stuff like that. Like I told Dom, like when we was walking down Hollywood Boulevard, And people be like, he look like Suge. It's like he got his hair, you know what I'm saying? He don't look nothing like Suge at this point. But that's who they know is Suge Knight. Yeah. Even without like seeing it, you know what I'm saying? If they seen it, they like, yo, that's Suge Knight. That dude look just like Suge Knight. So people get caught up in that. Like my man from Power, you know what I'm saying? Michael Rainey, he gets caught up in that all the time with playing Tariq. Like, the fans get caught up in
that. That only means that you cats doing a fucking job. Yeah,
that's all. Absolutely.
You know what? That's a good question for you. I mean, how's the public feel about you playing Suge? Because a lot of people are either like, they be like, oh, I fuck with Suge, or they don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or they fear him. So what kind of feedback did you get?
Nothing real negative. Like I didn't deal with a lot of negativity. I think the weirdest thing would be like, especially here in LA, like when I was staying at the Sheraton, you know, working, stuff like coming down from the parking deck and somebody being like, hey, you the dude that plays Suge, and like all eyes on me, right? I'm like, yeah, what's up? You know what I mean? So where I'm from, you know, you like, what's up?
Yeah.
Good. Like, it's about
what's your energy? Like, what's poppin'? Right. And they were like, yeah, I'm so-and-so. And it'd be like, actually, because at the time we were shooting Unsolved, and it'd be like one of the characters, but it's the real person. Like, I'm so-and-so.
Right.
What's up, man? I just want to say, you know, it was love, you know, like, if you need anything, I got you, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, it's good energy.
Right.
And then that's happened a couple of times, running into people like, I'm so-and-so. And it's like, oh, the real person.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. And you never know what that dynamic is going to be. But it's been all love. You know, it's been all love. And even for me, I think it's a little different because, like you said, either people love Suge or they didn't like him. But the ones, so the ones that love Suge, they show that love still. Yeah. And then the ones that didn't care for Suge, they're like, I know you're the actor. You did a hell of a job. I didn't like Suge, but when I saw your work, you was like, that was Suge.
Right.
So I kind of escaped, you know, any of that negative, you know, any of the negative vibes from it.
You talking about a dude that was so feared. I used to throw clubs back in the day, you know what I mean? And we used to do the vinyl room. The vinyl room was huge. I think it's called Opera now. I don't even know if that thing still exists. But we up in there and the place is packed and the place holds 1,000 plus. I'm up in there boogieing with a little shorty. Hey, I'm doing the hustle. Nah. And next thing you know, she turns around, starts getting her stuff, starts packing up. The girls start packing up. The whole section starts filing out. The dance floor starts clearing up. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? I go to my partner. I'm like, yo, Hope, where's everybody going? What's happening? He's like, yo, Suge's here. Yeah. This was way before. Like early 2000s, and I was like, but why are they leaving though? I mean, yeah, he's like, well, I told the DJ not to play any Death Row because we didn't want to make him feel like that. And he played all that, so now he's here, and he came in with 10 dudes. I'm like, yeah, what's the big deal? He's like, yo, they refused to get frisked. And so Suge up in there with 10 dudes that didn't get frisked, and now we got about 50 ghetto-ass birds up in there, and that's it. Yo, all the hot chicks left. Everybody left. Like it was like it's Suge.
Yo, I gotta tell my Suge Knight story. I got 2 of them, but I'm gonna share with you one. I got 2 of the share with you. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you one. All right, and I gotta tell this one because it's appropriate. Okay, so yeah. So I'm on the. You there too? You're there. Yeah, you were there, but you don't know this story. So that movie we were shooting, they never came out. Whatever, I don't know. You know the movie. It was downtown. We was downtown by the bridge, by the 110, whatever.
No. That came out. It was called School of Hard Knocks. And Suge showed up.
Okay, let's stop right there. Stop right there. So I'm minding my business, right? I might be drinking a Jack and Coke at the time. I don't know. I'm doing like this. Somebody run into me, back into my back. Yo, fuck. It's Odie. Odie Bricks. He's here right now. Odie Bricks. Odie's sweating. He says, Suge's here. And I'm like, and this is me. I'm like,
Notes are coming.
What, you owe him money? He did come with a about 30 little, you know,
That's
little,
Suge, though.
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what I was telling my nigga Odie Bezel, I'm sorry I had to throw you into that thing, but I was telling him, like, listen, man, you don't owe him nothing. Trust me, he do not want nothing from you. You know what I mean? That's my shit.
Nah, he was actually a really nice dude. He was funny. He was interesting.
Yeah.
He had stories, and he sat down. And he actually told my partner, he's like, yeah, that he wants him to write his story, and he wants to make a pop movie from his point of view, this and that. And the funny thing is, I think this cat signed on to, and Suge gave him a couple dollars to start. And he never wrote anything.
Oh yeah, that can happen.
Because he was like, yo,
I mean, it's like anybody.
I can't take this.
If you ain't got a beef with him, he got a beef with you.
This and that.
You know what I mean?
He's like, yo.
Yeah.
And then Suge like started messing with him. Like, I'm not the person you want to owe. I'd rather owe 50 Cent money. I'm like, oh, Suge.
Wait, hold on. 50 is shape. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but 50 is gonna like shame you on social media.
Right. Just gonna show up.
Suge gonna pull up.
I see one of your favorite gangster rappers hit a wall when Suge put up to a party. And I'll just leave it like that. One of your favorite gangster rappers hit a wall.
Easy.
No, I'm not gonna say no names. No, wasn't easy. But I'm not gonna say no names. But it's real. Suge is real. Suge is real around this bitch.
He might win this podcast.
He might have won this
Ain't nobody
podcast.
won my podcast.
Nah, but you know what? It's like anything, you know what I mean? Unless you got a personal thing with somebody or you in business with them and it goes sour, then you should worry if they come in the door. If he come in the door kicking your ass, you know what?
Yeah, but
He's just unlucky.
That's like the story
I know what it is.
Now, Dominic, do you have a Suge Knight story?
I do not.
Did you meet
Never did.
You never met
Never
Suge?
Did you meet
No.
Big? Just kidding.
I met him.
No, say word.
After a good blunt.
I was like, I'm 3 years old.
No, actually,
man.
actually, it was supposed to, when we started All Eyez on Me, like the day before I started, there was a call that was they were trying to set up a call. And it was like the day I started, it's when, I don't know if you saw in the media and stuff, but they took away his communication rights, his visitation rights. So like they shut him down.
Oh, okay.
And he couldn't talk to nobody, and we were getting going. So we just went and started filming. And so I've heard things about he's seen it, he's seen the work and whatnot. He was happy, felt it. Someone kept telling him felt like he was back. Nah. He's actually somebody, unfortunately he's locked up, but he was somebody that I definitely wanted to meet. Yeah. It's weird. Like with him is the energy is weird. Not for me, but just people like, would you ever talk to him if you had the chance? I'm like, hell yeah, I would love to. I wanted to talk to him before we started shooting, but I had to rely on research and listening to the guys from Death Row tell stories.
See, but you know what? What you see in documentaries, interviews, and his demeanor, his energy that he gives off on camera is way different than the energy he gives off in person.
Yeah.
Like he's like a jolly green giant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's just he comes off as just a regular cool cat. You know what I mean? Very open, very personable. You know what I mean? He's not, what the fuck is that? Or, low spoken. Like he over there with a cigar just talking shit. Like that guy Brutus from the cartoons. You know what I mean? Like,
that guy.
Yeah, Brutus.
That guy do something to you though.
That's where he got that stuff.
But and the thing that's dope is having played him in a film and in a TV show, it's a track that's made me like a magnet to everybody with a Suge story.
Wow.
And so I get to learn all these stories, like these pieces of history that, because I was already from a kid a super Tupac fan.
Yeah.
And so, just knowing what we all knew from, media and all that stuff, basic information, but all those deep, behind the scenes stuff that wasn't out in the public, those people come up to me all the time, like, let me tell you my Suge story. And they start talking, I'm like, yo, this dude never stopped moving. Like, everybody's got a Suge story.
Everywhere.
Even the fact that he used to play football with the Kennedys and all that type of shit. I was like, damn, that's different.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did all kind of stuff. Yeah, and there's two types of people. There are people that love Suge, and they will tell you all. I mean, the person they describe, vastly different from what you saw in media or what you hear other. And the people that didn't like him, you know, I get some of those too. You know, like, I ain't like him. This is why he did this. But you get both sides. But this other side you don't get, you know what I mean, of what you hear, how they used to, he was a big prankster. You know what I mean? You know, I was told about a story. He had a fish tank, because we were on set, and they had the fish tank, and they were like, well, you know, the real, you know, death row, he had piranhas in there. And he said what he would do is, you know, they would bet, I forget this cat's name. He was actually on set. I can't remember his name. Funny dude. But he was like the funny guy around death row. And they used to fuck with him and try to get him to stick his hand in the piranha tank and offer money, like, you know, and keep moving the money up. Like, I give you $100, I give you $200. Like, just stick your hand in for 30 seconds. You know, like, shit, like, you know, they would, you know, just, listening to those guys talk about, when you hear the guys that were spending the most time there, because we had, you know, like, you worked on All Eyez. We had some cats that were really from that era. And they used to hang out and all that shit. And so they talk about, you ask them what was death row like. They'll tell you, niggas got their ass whooped. And, you know, dudes got handled, but they all said the same thing. Anybody who got their ass whooped or got handled, it was always, they did some fuckboy shit. And it was like, it's two extremes is basically what I learned. It was like, if you do right by me and you stick with the fam and you do right by the fam, I'll give you anything you want. If you fuck the fam or you fuck me, then we're going to go way to the other extreme. And that's what you see in the media is the results of people getting out there talking about the extreme.
Yeah, but I mean, there has been some moments. I remember these shorties that I knew hit me up. And it was early as hell. They were like, come get us, please, Cisco, come get us. And I'm like, what's going on? I say, like, yo, we went back to the studio with Suge after the club last night. I was like, say what? With Suge.
First mistake.
And they went back to the studio, and the studio, it was that joint off of La Cienega and Wilshire. Right there at the corner, he had that whole building at the corner. And it was all Death Row Records. And he's like, next thing you know, they were locking the door to the front door behind us, and there was beds in each room, in each studio, and we weren't allowed to leave. Like, what the fuck? They were like, I was like, how did you get out? They were like, I don't know. We saw somebody come in to deliver food, and we just ran out. We're standing at the coffee shop a block away. Please come get us.
Nah, I wanna know. Here's what I wanna know. I wanna know what bullshit excuse you came up with to not go.
You should go out there.
Right. As soon as they saw it, me?
Yeah, did you go out there?
Yeah, I did.
Of course you did.
You said he went out there.
You're a nice dude.
Four damsels in distress. He said more than once. You don't think he's running the Bakersfield?
And I knew them. And they were bad. And I was just like, yo.
Oh, that's why you went out there.
It was one of those things where it was like, you know what? All right. It just sounded really bad. Like, yo. I just got a car accident, you know what I mean? Come pick me up, son. I'm on the 101. It would sound like one of those.
They were like, got in the car like, what's all this Visine doing here?
Tears in their voice, everything. Yo, they sounded like they were like 1 hour away from being Me Too. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I definitely went out and got them, but you know, I was like, yo, that's crazy because that happened all the time. And then there was another one. There was one more time, and it wasn't, Suge wasn't there, but I was at this party and I was talking to this shorty, and I was like, oh, okay, shorty fly, she cute, boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. And then she looked at her phone, she's like, oh. I was like, what's wrong? She's like, nah, my kids. I'm just checking on my kids and my baby, my father, the father of my baby. It sounds like, oh, okay, yeah, Suge. That's who's my kid's father.
All right,
so
see you later.
I was like, yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you. What'd you say, Malik? Yeah, yo, nigga, get the car, nigga. No, go ahead, handle that. I'll be right back.
Now, Wavy.
I'm good.
Wavy, Mr. Jones.
What's up, man?
Did you always, I mean, first of all, you've been rapping since you can remember. Mm-hmm. So acting would be a second. Is it a love for you, acting?
I definitely love acting.
Yeah.
I like I just like getting getting to be able to play different characters kind of outside yourself. Like we all done kind of like talk to ourselves in the mirror and stuff like that.
You
so
do that too?
all the time. Nah, we all talk to ourselves. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, being able to bring another character to life on camera is dope. I like that aspect of it.
Now a lot of rappers, you know, especially back in like the early '90s, a lot of rappers would only play true to their persona. You know, are you like open to like stepping outside of the box? I ain't talking about putting on a dress. That's not outside the box. That's something else. I mean, like just playing the vulnerability. You know what I mean? Because you know that's when you really get to.
Have you cried?
Yes.
On camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
I cried earlier in the day.
Yeah, but you weren't on camera.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not no tough dude. If anybody thinking, I'm not like that's not my style. Like I'm a regular dude, so I don't mind bringing those kind of characters.
See, you know what? I'm a little bit mad about that because you got the voice that you throw stick a dynamite in a baby carriage. No pun intended.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you got that voice. Like me, I never like argue with somebody because my voice go high pitch and it don't sound that. You know, especially on the phone. Yo, nigga, word up, boy. Yo, motherfucker, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, damn it. Not that I'm a tough guy, but you know, sometimes you're in situations you like, yo, I'm coming over there.
Nah.
You know, you get on the phone like I'm coming over there, and you be like, yo, let's get the. You know,
I mean, I ain't no joke. I don't want nobody to get that shit twisted. But you know what I'm saying. But I'm not no tough guy. I'm not trying to be tough or nothing like that. Like I'm a regular dude. So who I bring forth on camera, like we just never know who it might be. You know what I'm saying? I play big. I played a kid on film. I played, you know what I'm saying, different characters that wasn't just that. So I'm down. I'm down to explore acting and see what really comes out of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, you can ask a question.
What's up, better nigga? We got questions.
I'm just better nigga. But I'm really wondering, you from New York?
Or me, nah, from North Carolina.
You don't listen.
North Carolina.
Man, I stepped outside. But you be on the East Coast?
Yeah.
How's your reception from playing Suge on the East Coast?
The East Coast, it's just as good, honestly.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why I said like
Them
the
niggas
weird.
crazy.
Yeah. The weird thing about playing Suge is here's what's funny on the West Coast. The niggas be out here be like, what part of Cali you from? I'm like, I'm not from Cali. You're not from Cali?
You gotta be from Cali.
Yeah. You're not from Cali, cuz? Like, nah, I'm from North Carolina. Like, what? You don't sound like it.
You know Chris
like,
Brown?
it's just where I'm from.
Where you at in North Carolina? What part?
So I'm out of Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Oh,
That's where I'm
Fayetteville.
from, yeah.
Okay.
So
I did a little stint over there in Raleigh and Durham. You know,
I take it you don't mean the military.
You know, we did have 5:30 reveille. We did have 5:30
wake up early.
5:30 reveille.
But no, on the
East Coast. How they
on
treat
the
you?
East Coast, man, it's love because people, no matter where people, where they're from, they're so interested in those stories, especially big story, especially Pac story.
And it's the golden era.
Everything.
And I will piggyback off of you, Dominique. See, this what you don't. Dominique.
Dominic.
Dominique. My bad, Dom. Hey, yo, word is born, Dom. I'm gonna piggyback off you, Dom. Word is born. See, what you don't know.
He got super New Yorkers shit out of nowhere.
Loved Suge, Pop, that whole Death Row, Snoop. That's why Snoop got me like, yo, ain't got no love.
Suge got love on the East Coast?
Yeah. And vice versa.
One of the hardest things was to Hit 'Em Up. Hit 'Em Up came out, and you just weren't like,
Hit 'Em Up was so hard.
Best diss song ever.
Hard, nigga. Like,
You can't not like it. That
Rock
shit
and
goes so
Hours
hard.
killed that shit. You know what I mean? It was like, ugh. I mean, but at the same time, it was a hip hop beat, and so it was almost like, you like Jay-Z, but when Ether came out, you were like, damn,
Just
Jay.
like that.
killed you.
That was different. That was different.
Hey, part 2 of my question, real quick, and I'm out y'all way.
Part 2?
How much love do you get in fucking New York? It's gotta be mad. It gotta
I
be
walk
bananas.
through Brooklyn, man. It's love. When I walk through Brooklyn or walk through New York, and people that you know what I'm saying, know the story and seen it, like it's mad love, mad love. Yes, and walking in stores, like I ain't think it was gonna be like that, huh? Oh, the women crazy. The women in the DMs though, you know what I'm saying? The women in the DMs on the street, you know what I'm saying?
About the East Coast, they eat up all of that Biggie and Pac, and they're very supportive of Biggie. And a lot of people from the East Coast love Pac too. Because Pac definitely represented the East Coast in the beginning, you know what I mean? So a lot of people don't actually like, you know, they pick a side, and you know, when I go there, I definitely hear Biggie, but people still got mad love for Pac.
West Coast cats hate admitting that Pac was born in New York, went to Baltimore.
You from the West Coast?
I grew up in the Bronx.
Okay.
Wait a minute. That's sad. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Quiet all around, please. Hold up. Sideman just fucking told a lie. I just want to say
That's a lie.
Number one, okay? He was born in Bronx Hospital.
First of all, I wasn't born in Bronx Hospital.
Okay. He moved to L.A.
I wasn't born in Bronx Hospital.
11.
And I didn't move to L.A. when I was 11.
talking about Pac.
You ran no street in Bronx.
This is not.
You never. When the last time you been in the Bronx?
This one's for all the people listening. All right. Side niggas from the Bronx. He's from New York. He's from Newark, New Jersey. So he's a little bit upset. He's a little upset. And if you're from New York, you know about New York, New Jersey. So he's a little mad. I'm actually from where hip hop started, and he doesn't like that. So this side nigga talking side shit like I do. He tried to side me. One of the boroughs.
So Wavy, you said you were so Wavy, you said you were getting laid a lot in Brooklyn.
Oh man.
I just trying to get away
See
from
the
that.
media out of media.
I don't know if you said that, but I'm just trying to get away from that.
It's love. It's mad love in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's mad love in Brooklyn from everybody. And me being from Long Island, you know what I'm saying, to go out to Brooklyn and get love, like you know what I'm saying, like I'm actually big or something. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? So,
What part of that life?
I'm Suffolk County, Wyandanch, Brentwood,
Shout out to the Long Island Railroad.
From Westbury.
Shout out, Nassau County.
Rakim the God is from Long Island too, man.
From Wyandanch.
Yeah.
So
That's like playing Jesus and then going to Jerusalem.
He crazy, man. He crazy, man.
I'm just saying. Yo,
He's
I
smashed
want
it.
to holler at Don real quick. So you must have auditioned for that joint because you've been acting for a second.
Yeah.
You I was watching some shit on I don't know what was it, Tubi TV. It was like UMC, and you know they got a bunch of black movies. So I see people I know, and I just put it on. So I saw Jackie Long in this one joint. I was like, oh, let me put this on. I didn't know you at the time, but man, you have grown.
Which joint was
It was Love for
Love for
Sale.
Sale? Oh, yeah. I love that movie.
He played this dude where Jackie took his girl, and he would just show up. And be like, come with me. And then try to fight him.
It was 08, 2008, yeah.
What year was that? 08?
08, yeah.
Wow. Damn, 08?
Yeah.
We did, Next Day Air came out in 08.
That's when we did that.
That's crazy,
That's
yo.
where I first saw you. Yeah, I love that movie.
That was so Love for Sale was your first joint. What was your first
No,
joint?
my first joint was the very first thing I did was the show Dawson's Creek.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So he was like,
Yeah, I was an extra. That's when because at the time I was living in Wilmington, North Carolina at the time, and that's when like film was booming. That was the Hollywood East before Atlanta.
Yeah.
And film was booming there, and so we had all kind. We had less competition in LA, and could audition for all kind of shit all the time. So that's where I got started. And I was an extra on Dawson's Creek, and
if they really filmed, I heard, they really filmed Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, all that shit.
Wow.
And so Dawson's Creek was filming. I was an extra, and the director, it was cool.
So did you fuck the white girl, Amy?
No, I did not. Didn't fuck anybody on Dawson's Creek.
So in this scene, Dominic, here come you're gonna fucking Dominic.
What is this? But so we were sitting there, and there was a guy, Tony, who handled extras casting. He was also acting.
Tony Randall from the Eye Company.
I don't know Tony Randall. But so he handled the extras. He was also.
Finish his story. Jesus.
Thank you, side nigga.
Thank you, side.
Tell a story, Malik and Cisco.
So we're sitting there, and Tony was like, anytime if I ever get a chance, I'll put you on if I get the opportunity. And he was acting in that particular episode. And so I was an extra. The director, a scene wasn't working right for him. So he was like, yo, we were doing like a club scene where the girls, Dawson is out of town visiting this girl or whatever, and her friends, and Dawson's too young to get in this club. So they, ban them, or they, check their IDs and shit, let them go, and then Dawson gets held up right there, and there's like business going on right there, but then the girls are just standing in the background. So the director didn't like it. He was like, it's not enough. We need to give them something else to do. Like, we need another bouncer. And so, of course, my guy, Tony, was like, we got just a guy. He happens to be on set. And they came to me, and the director was like, can you do this line? And I was like, yeah. He was like, read it. I read it. He was like, perfect. Change his paperwork. And then I got to go from the cold, where they keep the extras. It was like February. I got to go from... Yeah, I was like with the hot chocolate.
Yeah, real shit.
And they were like, no, the funny shit is, because I didn't know about stand-ins, first team, second team. I didn't know none of that shit back then. So they were like, they cast me on the spot. And they're like, thank you. So then this other tall kid comes up. They start doing their measurements. And you know how they do. Start doing the measurements and sit in front of the camera. I'm like, damn, I lost the job already? And it was like, oh, no, that's your stand-in. And I was like,
damn.
The fuck you mean? Like,
that's a butt. Wait, you
I'm
just
like,
got
hold
bumped.
up.
First of all, you just got bumped and then got a stand.
Right. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't want to sound stupid. So I'm thinking to myself, fuck is a stand-in? I'm like, and I'm still, me and the stand-in are standing next to each other. They're measuring them and stuff. Nobody's saying nothing like, you can leave, And I'm like, kill him. What is this dude doing?
You about to fight him.
You're right. I'm like, hold up.
My name.
Because you know as an actor, shit, just getting your first 3 words is like the world to you.
Hell yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm on. And now I'm standing with this dude. I'm like, I don't get it. What's he doing? And then my boy Tony comes over. He's like, hey, man. You can come upstairs.
Yeah, you can actually relax.
And I'm like, what's he doing? He was like, that's your stand-in. That's second team. And I was like, what the fuck is second team? He was like, well, you got the stand-ins for the actors. They do all the measurement stuff with them and the placements. Then we come down when they're ready and we do the actual scene. Yeah. I said, oh, I thought I was fired already. All right.
Yo, check this out.
That's real.
I know you. Listen, when you've done extra work and you've been in the trenches with the extras, they be like, yeah, man, them actors be acting funny, and you can't eat over there, you can't do that, you can't do that. And then when life shit tilts a little bit, and your shit is different. Now you got the lines, you got the sides. You drinking coffee. What do you need for breakfast? All that shit. You look back,
squeeze orange juice.
You look back at the extras like.
Sitting in heat.
Am I fronting? What up, down?
I can't even. My man, I met doing extra work on Malcolm and Eddie. Fast forward, now we on Sucker Free City, Spike Lee, Omari Hardwick, Noble. Anthony Mackie, Malik Slaughter, man, all these cats that came off of that joint, and I was just kind of like one of the featured gang motherfuckers, but since we were all crew, I felt like I was just like them, but I just didn't say nothing.
Right.
Because and also my cousin worked for Spike and all that shit, so I was a part of like the whole crew, and my man was doing extra work.
Hey guys, where you going?
My man that from Malcolm X, he was doing extra work, and he's like, yo, Cisco, man, look at this voucher. Why does it say $60? I was like, I don't know. He's like, can you talk to somebody for me? I was like, yeah, I'll be right back. What am I gonna do? Hey, Spike, why you paying my man $60? He's like, shouldn't it be $150? You know, I feel so bad, but I mean, that's where he was. Like, damn, that's how you do it, because you know, on a union set, you only gotta pay like let's say if you have 200 extras, you gotta pay like the first 60 union, and then the rest can be all non-union pay. He's like, but I'm union. I was like, yo, I don't know what to tell you, man. He's like, yeah, but you're good with them, right? I was like, yeah, but I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna fucking write you like it. I'm trying to get lines. Right.
So that's where the term acting Hollywood came from. It's from extras who got bumped up. And they act different now. You know what I mean? Cops don't talk to certain people no more. You know what I mean? That's where it comes from. You know that, right?
Yo, extras conversations, like the ones that never
are
make
stupid.
Are the stupidest shit you ever heard. But I say these are the ones that just probably never make it. Because it's always the person off in the cut, like, oh, he think he better than us. And then next thing you know, you see him like on some shit speaking. You be like, he was better than us. But like extras be like, oh my gosh, I did like extra work on Dawson's Creek, and you know the main guy? Yeah, the guy with the brown hair. He walked up to craft services while I was there, and I was like, hey. And he was like, And I was like, he's so cool. Such a good guy. He's such a good guy. And he had pretzels, and so do I.
That is that's what you was doing on
No.
Oh, okay.
You see what I meant?
I mean,
I made it.
I see that.
Mom. Did I make it?
I see that, but you know, I was always trying to be a little bit, I was always trying to separate myself from.
Yeah, you were a bit different.
Yeah.
White folks.
Because you get in these huddles and you start talking nonsense and it goes nowhere. And then you miss your shot. Like, Dom, you got your shot because you was in the right spot.
Yeah.
You did.
Right spot, right time. And that's
Networking,
always
man.
been the case.
Nigga, we can see you.
Why you got you?
I thought I was
Why y'all here for this?
This guy looked like what are you doing here?
That nigga had a big old ass.
So when I came down, y'all would be like, yo, we saw you. Next time you here, I'll watch it. You gonna do it again. Look. You see it?
Hold on. Hey, is this
You motherfuckers ain't helping at all of y'all.
Guys, we gotta keep this right to the script of acting up. And I need a little libation.
Oh,
Jennifer here?
Jennifer
Block, Jennifer! You know I'm thinking at that.
And make sure you look at Wavy.
Come on.
Dumb.
You know what I'm so that special thing.
So we're gonna be on Me Too. We hire women.
I'm gonna wait until Omar's gone and then make it come back.
Now,
like I do at the real restaurant.
let me direct this to Wavy real quick. Wavy.
What's up?
Mr. Jones. I like
With a Z.
With a Z? Word? Oh, that's different.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's different.
It's definitely different.
Yeah,
I like that. What's your this may sound cliche, but shit, I got mine if you ask me. I got it. What's your dream? I got to kind of late in the game. Yeah, what's your dream? Like, okay, Warner Brothers call you, sit in the office, say like, what do you want to do, Wavy? We want to do a picture with you. What's your role? What would you like your dream role? What would you like your dream role to be?
I really like that movie, Freedom Writers. So I always wanted to do something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like teaching somebody something. Like,
Smarty art niggas.
Yeah, if that, like, I'll put on the glasses and you know what I mean? I'll do that because that's what I represent. That's what I'm about. So I definitely do something like that.
A mentor type.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I'm into doing, like just in my life, period. So you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. Yes, sir. Absolutely. No. Like just like kids and stuff like that. Like people always looked up to me, not just not because I'm an actor now, but just like growing up, I was just matured early. So a lot of people, even older than me, looked up to me just to come to me for some wisdom, and I always had it. So that will definitely be a role that I'll be into doing.
That's dope. I like that. That's dope. Yeah, now shout out to young storytellers. I mentor for them all the time, and
I heard about
for the past 6 years. Yeah, we teach 5th graders how to write 5-page movies. So we teach them how to write scripts, and so it's a 5-page, but we teach them how to do like we teach them all the elements, and at the end, real actors come in and act out their movie form.
That's so dope. That's so dope. Clap it up for that. That's fire.
I swear to you, like one of my first stories that my mentees wrote, I still say to this day, I'm like, this could be a Pixar cartoon. Mm-hmm. It was funny as hell, and I swear I'm gonna reach out to her one day and be like, we need to write this or expand upon her 5 pages. Mm-hmm. And they also got a big show where they do down in Nokia, and they got 60 schools they do this at, and they pick 6 students and real like A-list actors come and act out their script for them. So like Jordan Peele,
Malik Barnhart,
people from
Malik Barnhart.
I don't think I've ever seen it. People from SNL, like very big actors come and act out there, and you're talking about like Jordan Peele playing Mr. Hamburger Head, because that's the kind of characters that they come up with. Mm-hmm. But it's hilarious. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But speaking of which, is there anything that you may do on your extracurricular that we may not know about?
As far as what?
Yeah, like you mentor or anything like that?
I mean, I do.
You engulfing that shit all the way.
No, I'm an actor, so I mean, you know how that goes. I shared that when I got done with it. But no, I go to like, matter of fact, on the 28th, I got to be back east and go talk to my old high school.
Dope.
I'm going to speak like at a, I forget what you call them, all the kids come in, assembly.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to
go high school.
Westover Senior High School, yeah.
Hey, big up to Westover High School.
No, they want me to go to my high school. They don't want me to go over there.
Westover, it took all these years, and I finally got invited to come speak to the students. And then after that, I'm going to go and sit with like the theater arts classes and speak to them individually. Because that's where it took a teacher when I was in high school. She had worked in the business a little bit before, and then she was, teaching. And she was the first outside of my mother, but that's your mom. You expect moms to always tell you, you the shit.
Your mom active?
No.
Okay.
No,
but,
she just gave you
my mom was a singer. But yeah, she your mom tell you how great you are, and you're talented.
You is talented.
Right. You was smart. But I had a teacher,
loyal.
My theater arts teacher at Westover High School, Vivian Wade, shout out to Ms. Wade.
Uh-huh.
And she was one of the first to say, like, she explained to me the it factor.
So how long did you when did you discover acting?
I wanted to do it since I was a kid.
About how old?
That's like, probably like 7, 8.
Same here, my nigga. Yeah, my nigga, yeah. Yeah, nigga, not 19. Not 35, huh? I wanted to do this.
My goal, my life plan was like, I was playing football. I was like, I'm gonna go to the NFL. That's the first dream.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna trick them and retire early, and then take my fame from that, because I just knew I was gonna be a star in football. And I'm gonna take that fame and go jump into film.
This
guy
I'm still
healthy.
You wanted to be OJ.
Nah, I didn't want to be OJ. I didn't want to be OJ.
Sounds like OJ. He was big in football, and he took his talents to acting.
Right. But that didn't work out. I didn't have the need for that. And so after I stopped playing ball, then I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do next? And I was like, you know what? I really should, put my all into film and, try it. Really try to do something with it. And I remember what I learned improvisation from Ms. Wade. And she told me, she was like, if you get this right, you can go far.
Word.
I didn't really understand what she was teaching me back then, but then now, fast forward.
Was she black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fast forward.
Black History Month.
She is black. Strong black woman.
Shout out to Miss Wade.
And we didn't get along at first. I got in theater arts for an easy A in the girls.
Right.
I didn't care. I didn't want to be artsy and all. And I was busy fronting too. Because like I was with the cool kids, but my heart really was more of, you know, like the geeks and the theater arts, the arts kids. That was really more who I was. And so, you know, I was in it and, you know, I'd be the class clown disrupting and me and her would just butt heads. And finally she stopped me in the hallway one time. She was like, look, she was like, if you take this class serious, because she was always on me. She was like, if you take my class serious and really try to learn what I'm giving you, she was like, I'll relax on you and let you have a little more leeway. So I was like, cool. Okay. I was like, what does that mean though? Like, you got to start participating in the plays. You got to do, we had like a...
you got to start performing.
Yeah, start performing. And then I loved it. You know, I was doing it. I thought, you know, my boys going to clown me and da-da-da. But I got in it and people was like really, right. People were like giving me kudos. Like, yo, I saw you did the Everyman play. That was dope. Yeah. I saw you in the fashion show. That was dope. Like,
you get up there and you're good.
Like, oh, and then the girls.
Women up?
The girls like, you looking so good. I was like, oh, wait. Hold up, for real? Then I was in. I was hooked. Yeah. I was like, oh, so I'm not getting clowned. The girls love this. I'm in.
Now, what's your background? Because your last name is Santana, right?
Yeah.
What's your background?
Actually, my family's Ethiopian.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
No, see, like, wait a minute. I see Cisco's face. His face starts switching up.
Inside of me was like,
if you from up north, all the up north cats know how the New Yorkers are. Yeah. I had to fuck with him for a second. My mother's a beautiful black woman. My father's a handsome Puerto Rican man.
All right. Cisco's like, oh, we cousins.
We do look like cousins.
I ain't got nothing against Ethiopians, but I'm like,
I was like Santana.
I love you guys. The Eritreans make up and the Ethiopians and Somalians.
He was disappointed. He's like, you lying. I thought you were Puerto Rican.
He actually had a connection with Miami.
Yeah, it was Miami.
Miami. Yeah, we kicked it in Miami. All Eyes premiere was down there.
Cisco everywhere, man. Yo, if it's popping for whatever show he in, he's there. Son of God.
Me and Cisco hung out in the building, bro. South Beach in Miami, and that opera, whatever that club was called.
Oh yeah. That one. What the hell was that shit called?
I don't know.
But
it was dope. We didn't get lit.
Yeah. We were getting right. You know what I mean? Miami, they're in ABFF. That joint was popping, yo. And it always is. It's always a good excuse to go to Miami. You know?
Yeah, we had a good time, yo. That shit was lit.
I don't know about y'all, but I love going whether I'm filming or events, whatever, whether it's Canada, New York, Atlanta, Miami. I love seeing people that you know. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, being out in Miami, the next time I see you, we're filming together in LA.
Right.
You know, like you pop like, yo! You know, you be in Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn in the summertime, and you be running like, yo!
Like when I was locked up and I was beefing with the other side, like 18th Avenue was beefing with Southwest Avenue, and I see one of my mans in them down in North Carolina in Pope Youth Center.
No, using Pope?
So one time, me and Cisco met up in Atlanta. It was kind of like the same. It's like, oh, we walked in.
Yeah.
Shit, ain't nobody been to prison. What the fuck?
Yo, hold on.
I tried to get past. Came out of prison. Bitter nigga. I tried to get past that with the Cisco story.
I thought that was kind of like I liking this or that, you know, that experience. Yo. But it is great. Like, okay, for instance, one time I was in Canada. I was working on a film in Canada. You know, you see a lot of people coming in and out. You know, staying at what was that? The Sutton.
The Ward.
What was that called? The Sutton Suites. I forget. Sutton Place in Toronto. I love Toronto. You know,
Toronto's the greatest.
And that's all. And you bond with other actors that way, and that's always fly. You know what I mean?
Well, that's like when me and Malik, we did this movie called 513, and we did this whole French promotional tour And we were out there with Bokeem Woodbine, Tom Sizemore.
Shout out Bokeem. Shout out Tom Sizemore's crazy ass.
Yo, Tom Sizemore is like a Suge. Like everybody got a Tom Sizemore story. You know what I mean?
Tom Sizemore is crazy as hell, man.
Yo,
I did Furnace. I did Furnace with Tom Sizemore. Whew. I can't tell you those stories, but
right, exactly.
It's some it's some wild shit.
He's a wild guy.
Yeah.
But speaking of which,
Side nigga got a question one time.
What's up?
If you guys were ever offered to play Suge or Big again, would you do it again?
I'll let you answer first.
I'll let you answer first.
Well, let's just make it clear. You played him twice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
you played him
played him once.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you do? Would you play Suge again?
For me, the thing I'm having a battle that I've learned about playing Suge, because I played Suge in All Eyez on Me, and then the producers. Funny, I got to give a huge shout out first of all, Tash Gray.
Shout out to
Tash. Big shout out to Tash Gray. She's a writer, phenomenal writer. And how I got on Unsolved was they actually reached out to my agency and whatnot, and I actually turned it down. I was en route to, we were filming a documentary in Africa called Charity IQ that will be releasing soon. But Kenya.
Wow.
Shout out to Maua in Meru County, Nairobi.
Suge Knight is here.
Hey, what blow your mind? What blew my mind? What blew my mind is they knew it. They knew the project. They knew it. They were taking pictures, all that shit. Yeah. They were on it. They were on it.
After very LinkedIn, they connect. They know what's going on.
Yeah. They knew it. They knew it. That blew my mind. And but anyway, so I was about to go do that, and they presented me with that. But they were vague. They were just doing more like an availability check. And I was like, well, what's the details? You know. And the only picture I saw was anything about it was they released this picture of him and Mark Rose together, but no real information with it. So you know what it was. So I was like,
so them niggas corny. I ain't doing that shit.
I didn't quite say that.
Be honest, man. Tell them.
Here's what it was. Here's what it was. Is when I saw it, I thought they were doing like a documentary, and they were gonna do some reenactments like within it. And I was insulted. I was like, I'm not doing that shit. And like I said, we were getting ready to leave to go to, and they couldn't get no details.
First of all, you in Africa shooting shit, and you talking about I'm gonna do a reenactment? I'm in
right, you know. we were about to be on the way, and then Tash, I turned it down, and Tash called me. So big shout out to Tash Gray. She called me, and I worked with her on another project before. So she called me. She was like, "What the hell are you doing so big that you can turn down big NBC shows?" And I was like, Tash, what the hell are you talking about? I didn't turn down no NBC shows. And she was like, Unsolved. And I was like, that's not a documentary? She was like, no. And then she starts telling me who's all involved. Anthony Hemingway, Kyle Long, everybody that's being cast and shit. Yeah.
Wow.
And
that shit is exactly like
we
that.
We gotta hear that story too.
They were sitting there, and they had just sent an offer out to another actor to go ahead and take the role. Which I'll leave nameless.
This is the ActinUpPodcast. Who's the actor?
It's his business. It's his business. So I can't tell his business. Okay. And but they sent it out to another actor. And
you want to change the name to protect the innocent?
No. And then and so I told Tash, I was like, oh Tash, I didn't know all of that. They didn't tell my agent none of that shit. So I was like, tell him I'm in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so she talked to the executive producer, and they rescinded the offer, and then shot. Well, they didn't shoot an offer right away. They flew me out to LA, and they wanted to sit with me. And I talked with the executive producers for like 2 hours about Anthony, what they wanted, where they wanted to go with the character, and they were on par with the same thing as far as they wanted to humanize them and show both sides, not just one side. And I think they just want to make sure I wasn't crazy. See what they got to be dealing with for 5 months. Yeah. Because some actors, and if you're an ethnic actor, black, Hispanic, or whatever, and if they're not real familiar with you, they don't know are you a real actor or you just a nigga that looks like them and they picked you. Yeah. We don't know how you
or if
really
you just
act.
Out the joint.
We don't know how you really act.
Asshole.
Wait, would you do Big again? Hold on, would you do Big again, Wade?
It all depends. I would have to know what the project is. You know what I'm saying? More than likely, I gotta just see what the project is.
And that's respectable because at this point in the game,
It's more than that.
they've done every Biggie and like Pac, Suge, everything. Maybe they haven't done something specifically on Suge, but they've done everything they can possibly do. So it would really have to
conversations.
Be like some crazy fantasy story, like, you know, I got a weed movie that I wrote and I can write you guys in it.
But then that would be like blasphemy. So if it's gonna be a Biggie, a Pac, a Suge, it would have to be told in some type of truth. You know what I mean? From somebody else's eyes.
Version.
Yo, I know
And that would be ill.
I know a lot of stories that people are writing that's gonna come out.
Sure.
That's another Biggie and Pac joint. A lot of different sides they got.
Like, I'll tell you one that grabbed me. It was the trailer of Unsolved. I thought that was fucking clever. How it had you and Pac like almost at a standoff, and then y'all whipping out, and then y'all going in a circle, and then the smiles appear, and then these guns appear, and then there's water coming out. It's water guns. I thought that was fucking clever. Showing like a dynamic, like they were boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I thought that was your favorite scene in the backyard.
Yeah. We almost died. Back there.
No, they were water guns.
Yeah.
For real. No. We was running around. You know what I'm saying? There was water, sprinklers, and we running around because people messing up lines and stuff. So we in front of the grill, and it's just gas grill. So first of all, we got this gas like,
like 90 degrees out that day.
It was hot as hell. Water, we got water guns. We already got asthma, so we had to do that scene like 100 times. So we running in the backyard, and we almost died. Like that scene, I fell out. I really fell out. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just done. They had to call the ambulance. My first day on the set, I was like, oh shit, I got a what's the mask? What's that? The little oxygen mask on my face. The medic is not trying to let me keep going. He's like, yeah, we gotta wrap this up. He can't go no more. Like it was that real.
I heard they had a meeting with all the executive producers after that shit, talking about the script and seeing if there was any running or dancing scenes for you.
He just made that up.
He made that up.
I got one more question.
He made that up.
For y'all. How did y'all prepare? How did y'all both prepare for the role of Suge and Big? What did y'all do to actually get yourself to, in the mind state? I know you're from Long Island, but what did y'all actually do to get yourself in that mind state and really embody that person?
Well, for me, I had a little bit of jump because, like I said, I did All Eyez on Me, so that I did my heaviest studying on that film. And so when I first got the role and I knew Suge was locked up, so I was like, more than likely, I'm not going to get to talk to this dude or sit with him. I was like, all right, so again, I'm an actual actor, so I've had to research roles and stuff before. And so I just went to research them. I started pulling every obscure YouTube video I could find. I found interviews and weird stuff that I never saw before. If you really dig, you'll find like little behind the scenes kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I watched a lot of that. I didn't care about the big interviews in magazines. I wanted to find that candid kind of stuff.
Find a real person.
Yeah, so I could see the real personality. Yeah. And then I wanted to see his dynamic with Pac. Like there's a video of them behind the scenes of what's the one that was like Mad Max?
California Love.
California Love. And them clowning in their relationship behind the scenes.
That's that banter.
Watching stuff like that and really, bringing up his personality and then reading interviews. Reading information about him.
Mm-hmm.
And
mentality.
And then going from there to actually getting around people who were at death row and just soaking up. Mm-hmm. Tell me stories. Mm-hmm. Tell me more stories. I had a guy with me, Eastwood. He was working on. He worked in All Eyez on Me. He was a tall guy.
I actually know
Eastwood. Trayvon.
Shout out to Eastwood.
Shout out to Eastwood.
Yeah. So East had experience with Suge, and so it was like my little Suge whisperer. Sometimes like real talk would be on set, and I was like, man, that line it just don't feel right. I said, East, you ever heard Suge say something like this? And you're like, nah. You're like, what was Suge saying? Something like this happens. What would Suge say?
Yeah.
And he'd be like, man, Suge used to say shit like this, and I'm like, boom, I like that. And then I'd replace it and put that in there with something that he actually remembers Suge saying.
Someone from him really saying,
Benny Boom, of course, LT was open for it.
Yeah.
They needed
talking to LT, talking to all those guys, Edie Noble. some of the other cats that came
Young
out
Noble,
of Death
shout out
Row.
to Noble from the
Yeah, Noble, yeah. And so,
he was on set.
so just absorbing all those stories and then everything, all the interviews I watched, all the stuff I read, make sure my time frames was right, make sure my lingo was right. That was the other thing.
That's important.
Sitting there with Cali niggas just listening, like, keep talking. So I
Hey,
get
nigga,
that,
get
get
the
that
core.
20. Yeah, you get the core, nigga.
All that
Yeah.
fly shit.
Yeah. So really bringing it home, because I didn't want to get up there. I'm from North Carolina. I didn't want to get up there and sound like I'm from the East Coast. I wanted to get up there and do it justice and sound like, where these people are from.
Well, what's crazy is when I did my scene in Unsolved, and I've never been made more feel insecure in my life, because, there was one line I just had to say West Coast.
You talking about in the back and forth joint?
In the back and forth
yeah.
joint. And West Side.
It felt weird.
West Side?
And they kept on saying, they're like, yo, matter of fact, Dub C came up to me and was like, yo,
Dub.
And I'm playing Napoleon.
Right.
From Jersey.
Right. So
who's an outlaw.
You ain't no West Side.
And so he like I was saying West Side, like I East Coast say West Side. And he was like, yo, we wouldn't say it like that. We say West Side. And I'm like,
sure that's
and I'm
not
over
how he
here
said
like
it.
West Side, like I'm saying like an East Coast cat. And he's like, we wouldn't say it like that. I was like, yeah, but Napoleon's from Jersey. He's an East Coast cat. He's like, yeah. He's like, but he hung out around the West Side cats. You know what I mean? I was like, but like we don't do that. Like we just don't come. East Coast niggas don't come to the West Coast and adapt.
Yeah.
Like adopt.
You mean like
their
Tupac?
their accent.
Yeah.
Their lingo.
I heard that.
Like we stay like we've been out here for 20 years. You still sound like you just got off the block. You know what I mean?
But and the extremes, like you take a New York cat, because New Yorkers, y'all having a more extreme accent. And then LA, they have an extreme accent the other way.
Exactly.
So you would sound crazy as hell trying to sound like,
Yo, I'm telling you, he came up to me, and so I try to say it like he told me to. Because he was like, nah, but he was this, he hung around with
I remember, I was wondering why you kept switching up your West Side.
And I was like,
I remember that
I never felt more insecure about a one.
Cisco was loud as hell, too. Each and every time you heard Cisco out there.
Yo, I was like, and then here's Anthony. Yo, we're still not feeling the West Side. And I'm like, yo, Anthony. And Anthony's from Brooklyn. I'm like, yo. I was like, I knew Napoleon. So when you were talking about how you got the role and how you kind of like turned it down and then it's like, wait a minute, I didn't know all that.
You should have called Napoleon like, yo, how did you say West Side?
Bro, so like to reverse it just a little bit, my man called me and was like, yo, Cisco, they looking for somebody to play Napoleon in this USA movie out. And I was about to go to New York. I was about to fly. I had a flight and everything. I was like, all right, I'm out. I was like, yeah, I'm about to flying out. He's like, yeah, I don't know. This might be something you might want to do. And I'm like, why? Is it some fly shit? He's like, and the way he described it was, like, like it was some extra work and a docu-series. And I'm like, yeah, but he's like, I don't know. I mean, it could turn into more episodes and this and that. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, this might be something you want to stay here for. I was like, all right, so like, when is it shoot? He's like, today. I'm like, today? He's like, so we're going to need to know, because his girl was the casting director.
Wow.
And I did a Hershey's campaign with him, and so he threw my name in. And Napoleon, we go way back to Nancy Chaudet's agency. We were at the same agency, you know what I mean? Like, that was back in early 2000s.
He was at Nancy Chaudet's.
Nancy Chaudet's, yo. And then when we came to pick up our checks, we'd always run into each other. You know what I mean? Wow. And then, so boom, I was like, all right.
That's funny, because I didn't know who you were playing.
It's great.
They didn't tell us nothing.
Yo, they shaved my hair down to like they said
because he's Puerto Rican or Cuban, right? He's Puerto Rican.
He's half Puerto Rican, yo.
That's right.
And yo, big up to Napoleon.
And Mooney, his brother, word up.
Word.
Jersey.
And so what's crazy is I was like, all right, I'll do it. Fine. I'll do it. And boom, they were like, all right, so they need you to go get a haircut. My manager was like, you may want to go get your own haircut. You know what I mean? And So I was like, I went to my barber and he was like, oh, I used to cut Napoleon's hair. So it's like everything was just like the connection was crazy. And so when I got on set, and then they kept on. So now we back. We on set now, and we shoot in front of the shrine, and it's that whole Pac Biggie beef after the Source Awards. You know what I mean? And now Anthony comes up, and we're still not feeling West Side. I'm like, yo, Anthony, Napoleon's not a West Coast dude. Why do I have to say it like a West Coast person? He's from Jersey. It just, I swear I never felt more insecure. I was like, as an actor, I'm like,
maybe I should say this.
I can't get this right.
This will probably traumatize you because I got a phone call that night about the West Side. Shit. Yo, that's my word. I'm sorry. But it wasn't on you. It was about exactly what you were saying. The person that called me was saying that Napoleon is from Jersey, so it should be a regular West Side. Yeah, I knew. Yeah,
of course. I mean,
But I went through that with cause I do my due diligence. It was funny. Yeah. We were shooting a scene where Big J gets shot in front of the club, and I was yelling, somebody called ambulance. Right? Right. That's what everybody did, right? Yeah. But I got it from listening to Suge speak, and he was telling a story about being in the ambulance with Pop. And I seen another time he was telling that same story, but on a different, outlet. And I noticed he says ambulance, right? Makes no sense, right? But that's how he says it. Now I'm playing Suge Knight.
So you guys say it like
so we're in there, I'm yelling ambulance.
I don't get it.
And so it's funny because Erica, shout out to Erica, she was directing that episode. She's a dope director. And Tash, it was her episode. She wrote, so she's out there. And other people coming up, they're dying laughing, right? They're like, the scene was going so damn good. It was perfect until you said ambulance. But they were coming at me like, are you an idiot? Like, what is wrong with you? Why are you saying ambulance? Yeah, why are you saying ambulance? You don't know? You're grown and you don't know how to say ambulance? And so after everyone got done laughing and, cracking on my balls, then I was like, now, I said, I know how to say ambulance. It's Suge Knight. He pronounces it ambulance. Yeah. So I'm actually being the professional out here.
Right.
And everybody stopped laughing. It was like, oh.
Sorry.
But then it came down to like, it's distracting. Can you just say ambulance?
It's distracting, so you don't want me to be
No, I got it. No, they were right though. No, they were right though, because the reaction they were getting in such a serious moment, it was deep, it was serious. You know what I mean? And what was causing them to do was laugh. So at home, if they're doing that, then the audience is more likely going to be like, not the audience. You know what I mean?
But so crazy, you never know why they're going to bring you back. Yo, side guy, is everything okay over there?
Wait, how did you prepare?
Huh?
How did you prepare for your big?
Is everything okay?
I went back and was watching like everything. You know what I'm saying? That was online, like public record. And then like I was set, like everybody on there, like somebody had some type of ties with Biggie. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody on there. I remember Anthony said that he worked with Biggie on that what's the New York show? Back in the New York Undercover. Yeah. He worked with him on that. I think he said he was a PA?
Yeah,
he was a PA on that show. Yeah, so like everybody on there, like you would find somebody that had like a connection with him. So just going back and just watching his interviews, and like I'm a big fan, like you know what I'm saying, like I'm a big fan already. So everything was like organic, man. Then being from New York, I know like being on set, like sometimes they would be doing the New York scenes or whatever, but it would be a bunch of West Coast people. Yeah. So some of the words they would say, like I remember the dude when he robbed Pac in the elevator. He like, yo, put him up, homie. I said, I ran to the. I said, they gotta stop that shit. We don't say that. We don't say that on the East Coast.
Y'all don't say homie.
No, we're not gonna say yo, put him up.
We can say homie, but it wouldn't
sound like homie.
Yeah, like homie.
How would you know?
For the audience, how would you
say homie? How would you know?
Hey, you keep coming at me like that, Jersey, I'm gonna bring that Bronx out, okay?
Oh, I heard that.
I'm trying to come for you. Because I'm on the side.
Wait, how do y'all say homie?
Cisco,
What up, homie?
We don't.
What up, homie?
We don't really say
Like, just normal.
For the audience,
We don't really say homie.
Y'all say like homie. Y'all say homie.
What do you say in place?
We say it quick. Like if we say it as quick, like what up, homie? Like
I don't even think we say it like that. It's more like, the homie came through and we
definitely say like, oh, that's the homie. Like, what up, homie?
But Danny, you wanted to say something about homie? Danny?
Excuse me?
Danny from Barnegat, New Jersey? You want to say something?
Last name, Barnegat?
You're from Jersey. I'm from Queens.
Okay. That's my good friend Danny over there. That's my good friend Danny Wooten over there. Okay? I know for a fact, I got inside information. I know Wavy didn't hear this. I know Dom, you didn't know about this. Cisco, this is new to you. I know. But listen, I swear. Danny went to Queens one summer from Barnegat, New Jersey, and got dropped off at his son's house. He did a summer in Queens. Now he's from Queens. Barnegat, New Jersey. Everybody knows that.
For the people at home who don't know, there's a big New York, New Jersey war going on inside this podcast, and it's only between Malik and everybody else.
Funny coming from Dorsey High. I swear to God, funny. Weren't you on Crenshaw as a kid?
I didn't.
Don't feel bad about Jersey. Jersey gave me one of the most beautiful things, and so my son's mother's from Jersey.
See what I'm saying?
Clap it up for that. Clap it up for that.
You guys,
And they killed Malcolm X.
Oh.
In Black History Month?
Black History Month. They killed Malcolm X.
My favorite thing about Jersey, okay, two things. One, gas was 97 cents. Right. Okay? So we would try to like make it to the Jersey Turnpike from Baltimore. If we can just make it to Jersey, you know what I mean? We can fill up. It would be like $10. Yeah,
that fucking Jersey Turnpike.
I was gonna say, what year was that? Jersey Turnpike.
Like, it was right when you were born.
Yeah, probably. That shit, that's the most expensive gas I ever bought.
And then after the club, they had this this Italian chicken sandwich that it was like a sub. They put a big ass piece of chicken on there with fries and ketchup and a bun. It was amazing. Blazed up in the back of the car. You woke up to it about 5 times and it still wasn't gone. It was amazing. It was
like Jersey, we coming up now.
Chicken.
We're different now. We're coming up now. It's a good place.
Yeah, okay.
Good family.
I like this Italian accent they got.
All of a sudden, he's Sinatra, right? Where Sinatra come from?
Jesus, Italian accent. Like, what's
Sinatra was just Irish. Wasn't he?
Here's the thing.
This motherfucker's a cowboy Sinatra.
Wait a minute. I won't be the butt of your jokes. I swear to God. You want me after this? Did you get that vest from Jersey?
You definitely did not get that vest from Jersey.
Are we still recording?
Oh, yes,
still filming?
Yes.
Can we introduce my young guys?
Yeah.
Okay,
Who
we got?
For intro, you know what I mean? Like, who we talking about right here?
so
nephews?
No. So this one right here, the frizzy hair one. That's my cousin.
You're going to have to get that camera because they can't see you frizzy.
But they introduce yourselves. This is half of Unity, a dope band that's blowing up.
Everybody give it up for half of Unity one time.
You gotta look at the camera.
Everybody stop clapping.
Why?
You're going to have to remove that jersey, my dude.
Oh, hell no.
Jersey. The last time they won a championship.
This is a New York Giants house.
Oh, good God. He said, good God. Yo, he said, this is one of my good friends right there. Good brothers. The other one is my cousin. He's sitting in church like, oh, hell no.
Besides in Jersey, they have a phenomenal band called Unity. So their music is on iTunes and other places.
Check y'all out. Which one does what? Let me guess. You play the bass and you play the drums.
I sing and write. I play keys and
you play the keys and write. And
I sing and write.
Sing and write.
And I play the keys. And
you play the keys.
What's your name? Two more that's not here. Introduce yourselves.
So my name is Daniel.
On camera.
Daniel
Oh, come over here. Come over here. Turn the face that way. Yeah.
Alright, so my name is Daniel Barrett, and I sing and write.
That's showtime right there. That's
Showtime.
Oh yeah.
Showtime.
I like that.
My name is Keem. Play keys and I'm the engineer. Hollywood is they would call me.
Yes, sir.
And there's two more that's missing, which is Talib, and he played drums, and Joey played bass.
Yes, sir.
You guys performing me with
Y'all like new edition.
We see
So we actually working on an album right now. And then after our album come out, we're gonna be doing a little tour.
What's up?
They got music on Apple.
Like maybe like videos or covers or anything that you see online, YouTube, anything.
You can go on Spotify and Apple Music, and it's UN!TY.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sir.
And one of the dope things is he's a phenomenal artist, Wavy Jonez. Yeah. And we shot a music video called for his song Zombieland, which is dope. He allowed me to direct, take his vision and direct it. So it was my first directing gig. But it features their band are the ones acting in it. Yeah,
it's strong.
They're hilarious.
Give it up for you. And that's you and apostrophe
exclamation point
TY. Like hey bartender.
The camera.
Where the hell is the bartender at with my drink?
So you guys.
You know what? No. I will have one of those bottles that are in the freezer.
Have you guys get mugs already?
So Dom and Wavy. So I take it that you guys. Kind of like Cisco and I, you guys hang out. You guys are like a real like.
You guys have like a real friendship going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I was talking to him, I was like, "Yo, do y'all want to come on at the same time?" And he was like, "Yo, that's my dude." Yeah. And I was like, "All right." You know what I mean? I didn't know. Some people like, you know what? Yeah, I want
MOB
shine.
Right.
Yeah, no, we ain't on the Hollywood tip. Funny story. I actually met him. I seen an article when Unsolved was starting to kick up. And I saw an article in the Fayetteville Observer, Fayetteville Observer, and they did an interview with him. So I thought he was from Fayetteville. So I was like, oh, another Fayetteville cat, getting on. So I just hit him in the DM, like, hey man, proud of you. I saw your article. I'm from Fayetteville. Big shout out to Fayetteville. He was like, thanks, dog, thanks, but I'm from Long Island.
Yo, you
But I hit him, but he told me that shit. I was laughing like, oh well, congratulations anyway. And that was before I actually got on the show. He was like, you doing the show? And I was like, well,
But y'all met before the show?
No, not physically, but on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, before I even took the show. And then I took the show, they flew me out here to sit and talk about the character and stuff, and he happened to come to the office. And he was in Hollywood for a second. He came in and I was like, yo!
That voice is mad Hollywood.
Like, yo!
Y'all know better than that.
But now
everyone knows better than that.
We're having a meeting, so he was trying to be polite and stuff like that. I was like, nah, fuck that. What's up, bro? He was like, what's up, Dom?
Yeah.
And we just been kicking it ever since.
That's my dog.
Yeah. Kind of like when Cisco and I Cisco and I.
It sounds like a movie. It's like Pixar.
Like kind of like when Cisco and I were in France, and we walking down the street, and we turned the corner, and Cisco started crying like, "Yo, I can't believe we here, yo!" Like,
you cried?
You cried?
We like.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is manly,
Hey, listen, it's a different place out there, You know what I mean?
I did not cry. I I didn't even talk to Malik and friends because I didn't want to get locked up in a foreign country. Right? The one thing I did is stay far away from Malik.
Hey, listen, I was having a great time.
Malik thought he was Don Quixote. He was.
Hey, listen, I had the big
You
suite.
think
I
this guy
walk around
dresses
with
funny
the
now?
robe and suite. I'm ordering all kinds of champagne.
So
What
with
you
them.
do to this man?
What's up with that joint,
The
man?
thing is, it's just like a volcano. I'm gonna need some more tequila.
They talk about my vest. They talk about my vest. I don't like that.
Your vest. He got his vest from
The vest is smooth.
From
I mean, we got Pop. I mean, we got
John
Suge.
Wayne.
Wayne, Suge.
Yes.
My Pac vest. I did my Pac vest.
I don't white on you now.
Take a look at the black one, right?
Oh, so let me ask y'all something, man. And knowing how y'all got into, think about y'all journey. Think about how y'all got into this biz and where you are right now. What would you guys tell aspiring actors of what they should do? Some do's and don'ts. You know what I mean? What's on your list of a do's and don'ts that you've learned over the years? If you would pass on some knowledge, drop some gems on some people that, because I get people all the time asking me, how do I get into this? How do I get my kid into this?
Yeah.
This and that. What would you tell them?
Oh, well, 60 to 70% of the...
We
So 60 to 70% of the people who act one way are, they're gonna be full of shit. It just comes with the territory. You know what I mean? As far as meeting people in this industry.
Yeah.
And
you talk about actors.
Actors, producers. There's a lot of people you'll meet that would tell you, like that Varnell Hill episode on Martin back in the day. Come to Hollywood. I got you, blah, blah. Then you get here and they're like, when I met you? And stuff like that. And even actors, something, not all, but, you run into that. That's just part of the game.
Yeah.
And to understand not to get caught, don't get caught up in your own hype. Because as your shit's coming out, like I was talking with him earlier, it was like, I was in a meeting. All Eyes on Me was still literally in theaters. I was in a meeting talking about, some future stuff, and they literally told me it was old. And I was like, you can literally still go to the theaters right now and see it. And they were like, yeah, it's old. And I'm like, damn.
They were talking about All Eyes is old?
Yeah. As it was still, it was like in the tail end of theaters, but it was still there. And, I'm still riding that wave hype, like, this is dope. And they're like, yeah, that's old. What you got coming up next? I'm like, damn. So, always be on your next thing. Always count, bet on yourself. Put that work in. Treat it like a business. Because, not like it is a business. Yeah. Understand. So treat it that way. And this is your company. You are the product. Be your CEO. Everything that needs to be done. If you don't have somebody doing it, then you better make sure your ass is doing it.
Right, exactly.
Learn the business. Because see, I didn't want to do the whole starving artist thing when I started out. Everybody's like, yeah, you gotta be the starving artist. You gotta be the starving artist.
I didn't want to, but I ain't had no choice.
But I went into it, I was like, damn, that I need something I can still ball out and also pursue my passion. So then it was like, I got into entrepreneurship. And I was coming out, one of my first jobs I ever did was, as an adult at least, was bouncing. I was a big motherfucker, fresh out of football, swole, winning, I was a trained fighter, so I went into bouncing.
You a trained
easy
fighter?
money, yeah. It's easy money.
Fuck your ass.
Oh yeah, I used to fight under bridges, and barnyards,
boxing,
boxing, MMA, karate, all that shit.
You ever met Mike Jai White? Because you put me in mind of Mike.
You know what's funny? I have.
Shout out to Mike Jai White.
I have not, but you're the second person in 2 days to
You
ask me
got
that.
kind of a Mike Jai White thing going
on. A Mike Jai White.
I like him. I like Mike Jai White. I love to work with him, and I just love.
He's a great guy.
I love his vibe and everything about him, that I've seen. But no, he and I have actually never met.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah.
Are you a trained fighter?
Malik's an untrained fighter.
Listen, don't worry about me. I know how to get out of a jam.
and then get into one.
Barnacle guys. I tell you.
That's what's up. What about you, Mr. Jones? What would you tell young aspiring artists that are trying to get into this? Because the way you did it is like, just seeing something, taking that chance on yourself, betting on yourself, like he said, and you won.
And that never happens in this business.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely did happen.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? And basically what you said, you know what I'm saying? Like, take opportunities, man. Take the chance. Like, if it's there, just try your hand. Like, for sure, I thought it was a scam. When I looked, I said, this shit is a scam. Like, they're not going to. Because there is a lot of little casting things out there that people do when they call you to go to the office. I remember they did it in New York a lot. You go to these offices and they want you to
pay.
Yeah, they want you to pay. They try to say they want to do your headshots and all of that.
If you use our headshot,
yeah. So there's a lot of that out there. So I automatically, when I see it, I'm like, that's another damn scam. And I left it alone. And I hollered at my people and was like, yo, I seen this shit online. Like, these people were trying to cash for this. Like, just do it. You ain't got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? They call you talking about the bread, then that's that. But, you know what I'm saying? I did it. And when they called me back, I'm on the phone, I'm like, yeah, here this shit go. They about to be like $1,000 or something. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, they was like, yo, they said, we want to fly you out. I said, I'm not believing shit till they actually send me the ticket. But when they sent me the ticket, I was like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? You keep speaking into the atmosphere. If you believe you can do something with all your heart, man, and just keep speaking it like, yo, like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's going to happen. Like, the universe is powerful, bro. Yeah. Like, people don't understand how powerful it is. Yeah, like, people grind, man. Exactly. And I was talking to one of the homies. I'm like going around the corner to bring you across the street. But I was talking to one of the homies today, and he said,
Hold on. That was some fly shit.
New York shit right there. But I was talking to one of the homies, and he was talking about, he said that, you know, like how people say you got to have faith of a mustard seed. You know what I'm saying? But people also got doubt of a mustard seed.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, if you got doubt, you know what I'm saying? You call yourself trying to have faith, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? So if you believe that you can do something, just believe it in all your heart and like, yo, I'm going to do it. Stop trying to say you're going to try to do it. Stop saying, like, people be like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like, people be like, yo, you doing it? You be like, yeah, I'm trying to do a little something. Like, nah, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it. I'm walking in it.
They used to tell me that shit.
Yeah.
Damn it, I just said that earlier.
I be like, I'm trying to be like, yo, stop.
Yeah, stop saying you trying, bro.
Don't say you trying, Malik. Don't say you trying, Malik.
You doing it, man. And that's what a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, get twisted in this, and also what he said about learning the business. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing the backseat now and I'm learning. I'm watching everybody. Even when he came and he directed the video and stuff like that, I'm looking at all of those because, you know what I'm saying, like, people forget about you quick. Just like that. Like, it's like it's here, you this, and then like people, they on to the next thing quick and it's what you call it right here. So
like that.
You just gotta stay on it, man.
People will forget, and like you said, Dom, and like you said, Wavy, I gotta piggyback on that. What's next? You know when people say what's next? I tell them, they say, oh, yo, you was in next to A, you the dude on the couch. Yo, what you got next?
I hate that question.
I was like, yo,
Oh yeah, you was the dude on the couch.
I'm looking like, I know this dude for somewhere.
Oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
It just hit me when you said
You know what?
Wait till you see.
Only nigga that's scared of
Wait till
whole
you
room
see
just laying on the couch.
Nobody want that role.
Who said you could live here? You did.
No wonder they didn't hire you for that part.
Didn't they write that part in when you got the set? Billy came to set. Look, please calm down. Look, okay, fine. Go on the couch. And they were like, we're rolling. Who's this guy? Should we get rid of him? No, leave him there.
You are an asshole.
That shit was hilarious.
What am I gonna talk? Look, we're figuring that out. Just Malik.
All right, we're rap.
We don't want no problems. We had rap during pickups. They came back and shot Malik's stuff.
No, but I'll tell you something. Next to Air it was a dope project because from what I heard, nobody wanted to roll in a guy on the couch because he didn't have no lyrics. So when I got there, Will was like, yo, man, Malik, man, I didn't even know you was no actor, dog. I thought you was like, man, like, you know, like, no, he's like, I thought you was like a henchman or some shit. Like, I didn't know. That's cool, man. You lucky, man. You ain't gotta say shit. You lucky, right? I'm like, I don't feel like it. And then I was having my own problems I was having my own problems. I had to go
Real
to
shit.
court. I had to go to court while I was doing that. Right?
Oh shit, she's really.
This guy put a restraining order on me. It's a long story.
Again.
But
Newark, New Jersey, ladies and
But
gentlemen.
Mike Tyson, that was the first time I ever met Mike Tyson. This was deep because Mike Tyson came there and we were kind of like talking about that I had to go to court. This was early in the morning. So about 3 o'clock, I had to go to court. So the transport picked me up. And then Mike Tyson fucking came up and was like, yo, Monique, man, don't worry about them. They be trying to play you, son. Don't worry about them niggas, man. You just go to court. I'm like, damn, Mike Tyson know my fucking name. I'm like, wow, that shit was ill. Like, I couldn't believe it.
How he was talking? What did he say?
Like, yo, Monique,
Wait, you can make fun of that right here. Mike, never do that in front of Mike.
I met Mike too.
I mean, why?
Now, Mike's a funny guy.
He's
a cool motherfucker, man.
He was mad cool.
Shout out to Brownsville. Shout out to Brownsville. Word up. Mike Tyson and whole Brownsville. Word up.
What's Mike's hot boxing with Mike Tyson? That's hot boxing. Word. So that's my Mike Tyson story.
Now you know what's funny though is there was like here he said like yo you ain't would say
Cisco man
you ain't gotta say nothing, you on the couch you ain't gonna say nothing. And I remember watching that scene. It was a part of the montage when the strippers came in. He was like, why don't you call up your little Chinatown? And Mike Evans was like, why don't you call up Chinatown and see if she wants to do something strange for a piece of change. And so Malik was on the couch the whole time, and they did one take where they came in and it was just and Mike Evans and Wood Harris they took the strippers and boom, and I was just sitting there. I was like, yo, Betty, man, it would be hilarious if Malik just woke up like Malik's right there. Like how could he not notice? Right. Like I get it, he's asleep, but how does he not notice that there's some strippers? And then they were like, oh yeah. Okay, this take Malik. Like, you gonna wake up?
Yo, I woke up and devoured them. Like,
you Malik was like, hey.
I did that. You know, you have it's a rap. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean?
One of the strippers in that she turned out to be Callie Love from
that's right.
From Ray J show.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
She made it to like the end or something like that of Ray J's reality show.
Oh,
when he was Ray J looking for love, whatever the name of that show is.
But I need the background on this character, man. You know, I sat there watching that movie and watched it many times, and I was so just caught up and intrigued of like, I need to know more about the guy on the couch.
Well, basically,
who is he? Where's he from? Why is he
half actually, the writer, Butter Blair Cobbs, this is his story, and you know, it's a stretch on something, you know, an experience that he knew about. And that guy has
something he knew about.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you pick the guy.
That's
I mean, come on, man.
He turned the first 48.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I wasn't there. But it was like, this story is kind of like one of those tales. It's a hood tale. And the guy, Hassie, was a lazy motherfucker, you know what I mean, who just was around. You know what I'm saying? But he'll put in work if he have to, or he'll just go to the bathroom, let you motherfuckers kill each other, then come back. You know what I mean? That's what Hassie did in the film.
Because even in the beginning, you were eating the donuts at the bank.
I remember Cisco was like, I came to the door, and every time I always wanted to stand out. You know, that's what I like about acting. I'm always fucking trying to figure out something. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, okay, I know I gotta go to the door. I'm asleep. When I get up, I'm gonna have my pants halfway down. I'm gonna scratch my nuts. You know what I'm saying? And I'm scratching my nuts for real. Donald Faison, he's a professional. You know what I mean? You know, when he see me scratching my nuts, I made sure he see me scratching my nuts. And I'm like, all right, bro. He like, at first he was going for it, like, oh, you know, he did some old slick shit, but it worked. And then Cisco was like, yo, man, you gonna scratch your nuts on camera? Hell yeah, nigga, that's Hassie, nigga, that ain't me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He a nut ass nigga, old nut ass book. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Philly.
Straight Philly on.
You know what I'm saying?
My character is actually Butter.
Yeah.
But the writer,
right.
Butter. Shout out to Butter.
He's Hazel.
Shout out to
so
Big
I played
Butter.
actually him.
Dope.
That's crazy, yo.
Yeah, sorry, man. I just put
what's
that
up.
together when you was
No,
talking.
you know, I like that because, you know, I see people sometimes. I just came back from Atlanta. I seen this guy. He's like, you know, he's looking at me. He's like, yo, man, you're an actor, right? You know, he said, oh shit, yo, you're a real actor. Look how you dress. I'm like, you bitch.
You a real
Dressed like a cowboy.
Nah, I knew I seen you in something. I knew you were an actor. I knew I seen you in something. I just couldn't place. I was like, what? You know how you see people like, I know I've seen them many times. What?
Like, this guy. We did our research. They're not required.
I did extra work with Hollywood Shuffle.
Did you?
Look, I was saying that.
You're supposed to know these things.
Nah, he a bitch ass. You know.
Bitch ass nigga, fuck that.
I was like, you look good for your age.
Gary Gray was an extra in Coming to America.
Real shit.
Was he?
Yeah,
he was in the audience when Sexual Chocolate was.
Oh, really?
Oh, he was in the front row.
I give you one more.
I already know.
F. Gary Gray was an extra in Major League, the joint with the baseball joint.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I see. In what's that? Major League
with Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
The very first one. F. Gary Gray has the scene in there too.
Charlie Sheen.
You bring that up with him, I bet he'd be like, "Wow, how'd you see that?" Yeah, Vaughn. Charlie Sheen played Vaughn.
If you
I see
really,
that recently. I was like, "Yo, that's F. Gary Gray."
You'll see
Side shit.
You'll
Side
see
nigga.
shit like Megan Good was at the ice cream truck at in Friday with Big One.
Oh, yeah.
Also, who else is in that one?
Jackson
Who else is in that
was
one? At that scene, who else? You know who?
Big what?
Nah, the girl. What girl was one famous
Megan Good,
female?
I just said it.
Guys, you're losing your place here. We know that people were extras, but we're Hollywood now. We don't talk. We don't even talk about extras. Real talk.
Shout out to the extras, man.
Shout out to
all the
the
extras. I love them to death. I was appalled when y'all was talking about that shit last time, man. Listen, man. Those people work hard, man, and they show mad love too. Like, for real, man.
Real talk. What I don't like is when actors that are known now act like they just got discovered.
Oh, yeah.
They just pop that of thin air, and because what that does is it lets people who are really trying to get into this business and they're not trying to pay their dues. It's like, my first role was opposite Denzel. They forget to tell you they used to stand in for Samuel Jackson.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
And to piggyback, guess what? No, I was joking about the extra shit. I fuck with extras, you know what I mean? Like, I was an extra.
I was an extra.
You know what I mean?
Standing. I had one line.
But I don't eat lunch with them.
I do.
I mean,
they're my niggas.
Malik don't eat lunch with the extras.
No, but that's a big thing. I remember when I was first getting going and having the experiences meeting actors who were way past me at the time. And thinking that, like, damn, so-and-so just came out of nowhere, or how this person just come out of nowhere. And then the more I got to learn the business, I'm learning, that person that came out of nowhere, they've been in the game for 20 years.
Right.
They've been in, because the key to Hollywood is either having a really good, strong character look or getting very experienced, but still looking younger than what you are. And so a lot of times you think, take care of yourself.
That was knowledge, right?
Because a lot of times these kids, these people playing, kids, they're high schoolers, but they're 30.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Shit.
Right, 30 to 20, you know what I mean? And so you come in thinking, oh man, how they start so young, and here I'm in my mid-20s still trying to get going and stuff, and then you get on. And then you're talking to people, playing high schoolers. You're like, dude's got a wife and kids and real bills and shit.
Exactly.
You're like, I'm lost. Like I'm lost. How? Yeah.
Jump Street.
Yo, no, real talk. Like my first stand-in gig was for a 16-year-old. I'll keep it 100. My first stand-in gig, only stand-in gig was Cousin Skeeter on Nickelodeon.
Oh, wow.
Y'all know Cousin Skeeter with Robert Richard, Angela Means, Rondell Sheraton. I was Robert Richard standing.
What'd you think of his acting?
Like 24.
What'd you think of his acting? Robert Richard's acting, yeah.
What just happened?
He said,
You crazy, yo.
He said, what?
Ain't laughing at what you said.
I don't have nothing against Robert. I'm sorry. He was funny acting.
Exactly. And I mean, you know what? It was funny because I really thought he could act, but he always seemed kind of. I'll keep it 100, Robert. Yo, you seem kind of like I was gonna take your job, but the way I looked at it, it was just I would act the fool. They would have me read everybody else's lines as a stand-in. You know what I mean? I'd be reading other people's lines. I'd be reading his lines to the other people. You know what I mean? I'd be playing the puppet. I was playing everybody as a stand-in. And he always seemed like, yo, he's going to take my job. I'm like, dude, you're the star. Like, I can't take your job. Like, wait a minute. What happened to the green-eyed kid? Yeah, fuck around. Why is there a Puerto Rican there right now? Right, yeah. No, I was way too old. And, you know what I mean? It was just, he was doing his thing. Megan had braces. If I'd known that she was going to turn into be such a beautiful, amazing person.
Whoa.
I mean, she's always
wait a minute, Kales. Hold on, he's done. Whoa, stop that sentence right there.
She was 17 years old. She was always cute. But I was like, nah, I can't go there. You know what I mean? But man, she is one of the baddest chicks in Hollywood right now.
Who you talking about?
You know what I mean? Megan Good.
Oh, she was in that?
She
was in that.
I wouldn't say love interest, but the high school crush.
Yeah.
So it was always
She was a beautiful beautiful lady.
Cousin Skeeter and Megan.
Definitely.
And then Robert's family was Angela Means, who played the crackhead from Friday, and then Rondell Sheridan. But
he's a different kind of guy because you said he was funny style a little bit. He's a
right,
different guy.
How
much time we got, better nigga?
Who? I got 20 years, my brother. Who you talking about?
On the camera.
We got 20 minutes, man.
Okay,
so let's get to the point, man.
No doubt.
Biggie look like he want to kill shit like
What is shit? We need to baptize to wrap it up for the East Coast, West Coast beef.
But I mean, I definitely want to Is that all your advice that you got for? Because I know we're all over the place and acting up. Is that all the advice that you got for somebody coming to the game? You know what I mean? As far as staying, being positive, you're just being determined.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Having that, setting your intentions, manifesting your destiny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's like the mystical side of it, but at the same time, work hard, you know what I'm saying? Just go out there and just get it. You know what I mean? Go out there and get it. You never know. All it takes is one yes. You know what I'm saying? And it can change your life forever. So
how many no's how many no's you gotta go through?
But I'm gonna tell you about those no's. Susan DePass. I took this from Susan DePass one time. She accepted the speech. I'm sorry, I'm long-winded with these stories. She said, "Let no be your fuel to yes." That's very fucking powerful. Let no. Every time somebody tell you no, you gas the fuck up. Let that charge you up.
That shit. Oh, God.
I got one too. Okay. If you don't get out of line, it will soon be your turn.
You damn right. All right.
I like that. That was good.
So wait, what's up with your music? I'll second that.
We getting it going. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on a lot of videos right now, still recording. And just getting it going, man. I like to be creative. I'm not trying to be nobody else. Just strictly like what I want to be, man. This is my virtual reality when it comes to my music. So this just is what it is, man. Shout out to Unity again, man, for being in the video. Man. That's fire.
Y'all remember the Dave Chappelle episode with James and Charlie Murphy, and he hit him in the forehead? Yeah, you're and he had a ring that said Unity. Charlie Murphy had Unity across there. So because you performed at the rap party, quite a few songs.
Oh, I was there.
Hold up, can we talk about the rap party?
Yes. Let's do it. That shit was lit, wasn't it?
Yeah, the rap party for Unsolved. Better nigga got into it with Busta Rhymes.
Hey, nigga, you too? You got into it with Busta? Oh my God.
Busta Rhymes was like
Busta Rhymes is a known,
No, let's just go tell the story.
machismo asshole. So go ahead.
I ain't no punk.
Yo, Busta Rhymes.
That's why you get into it.
Deep
Busta.
God body.
Backstage, come on, backstage. You was there. Did you see my brother get into it with somebody with Busta? No.
It was a doctor.
He had a phone. My brother had a phone behind the bar.
Oh, his homeboy.
Yeah. He jumped up in his face. Yeah, that was my brother. Yeah, that was my brother.
They were talking about some like real, just
Yeah.
The Bible says this, and Abraham and Moses.
Yeah, I remember.
I know a lot about this. I know about a lot about this.
My dad wanted to speak too.
He was like, I'm about to give
my dad said the same thing. Say, my dad said the same thing.
I got a picture with you.
You probably do. I took a lot of fucking business.
So they
drunk as hell.
Going on about the Bible and Abraham and Egypt and
Yeah.
the gods. And Mitch was like, oh, but do you know about Cain?
I remember
and
you,
he was
Dad.
like, yeah,
It was like he totally tried to shoot you down.
I love that nigga
He got real like on you. I remember that. I remember you. Yeah.
The dogs is trying to build, son.
You the reason I try to stop my brother.
Mitch, he doesn't care who you are or nothing. Reality. So
you mean bitter nigga?
Don't you mean
bitter nigga?
Mitch started being
Oh
like,
wow, I remember him
Cisco,
now,
don't you
yo.
mean
I'm
bitter
about to
nigga?
fight. Like, I'm
That's everybody's story from that night,
I
man.
love that nigga though.
down, but it was like, it's Busta. Because Busta's energy is so...
He's hyped.
You know how we ended it?
So God, just put that trick down real quick, my God.
I remember that. I remember the love, yeah.
But when they finally finished having their conversation, Busta turned to bitter nigga and was like, yo, you a bitter nigga, son. Yo, my God, I didn't mean to shut you down like that, but when I'm in the middle of a conversation, I want to get my thoughts out, and the thoughts are coming 1,000 miles a minute. And so we going over here, and my dude over here really thought he knew what he was talking about. And so, you know what I mean? So how do you do it? And bitter nigga was like, alright. No. He was like, okay, good, because I was starting to feel a certain kind of way.
Yeah,
He's like,
it was like
you kept on shutting me down.
like
and
the
I
eye
knew
of
what
a
you were
needle.
talking about.
That close to.
Yeah.
Okay, what I do now? Like.
Yeah.
I love this nigga, but that's too much.
Yo,
The same thing happened to my brother, man. The same thing happened to my brother, man.
Everybody
Rap
was
party
there.
was
Like, there
crazy.
was moments in every part of that rap party
Yeah.
that I had with different people was just like, yo, I'm gonna remember that shit.
It was a vibe. Yeah, it was definitely a vibe, man.
Yeah, man.
It was a vibe.
They definitely turned that shit out, yo.
I came out performing, forgot all my words. Start
I
freestyling.
got word.
Yeah.
Probably go in my archives.
Yeah. I forgot all my words, man.
But still killed it.
Talk
Yeah.
freestyle. I never freestyled in my life. I started freestyle that night. I was like, damn, I can't. This ain't acting. They can't yell cut. So you know what I'm saying? It was on the poppin'.
They didn't
They
know.
didn't
Hell
know.
no. He just told me this today.
Earlier today.
Today. I was like, you were freestyling? You forgot to. I never knew that.
I'm vibing out. I'm thinking
because it all
killing
started
it.
fire. Like,
Yeah.
we were like,
It was
yo,
the energy. Everybody
what
was
did
so
they get?
engulfed in the energy, man.
Yo, Biggie's rapping.
Yeah.
All we heard is the voice in the background. Like, yo, this is dope.
Shit was crazy, man.
So, yeah, man.
It's a
Yo,
wrap.
this has been a dope shit. We probably going on like 2 hours right now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So it's
And
like
we probably-
2 hours
we're
and
probably
15
gonna have to
minutes.
break
2
this
hours
up
today?
into 2 different episodes. You know what I mean? But we definitely, before we get out of here and wrap it up, we want to make sure that people know what you guys got coming next. Let's start off with you. What you got coming next?
So multiple different things. My partner, Chasing Beach, and he's a producer out here. We started. You met him in Miami.
Yep.
We started Polymark Entertainment, and so we've got 2 shows in development that we're trying to get on air. It's looking pretty good, and then we have Film Vacation, that we'll be shooting, and I'll be also acting in that as well. And so just several different projects, man, that we putting together. Gonna do some more directing.
Mm-hmm. No, I was really clear my
I was like, you trying to tell me something?
My bad. No, I was really clear
right.
Wait, was in there?
And so we're gonna work together some more on some of his music videos as well, coming up with some dope ass concepts and whatnot. And so yeah, man, just I really wanted to take. I spent.
You should hire us.
I've just been kind of trying to see how I feel about it. I know on the video level, that short span, I'm cool. I don't know about, a whole movie yet.
Gotcha.
But maybe one day we'll get to that point. But right now we're trying to, lock down the production side. And because we've been writing scripts, forever. And then he was producing.
I said earlier, you wrote
Mr. Right.
Mr. Right.
Yeah.
With Columbus Short.
Yeah.
Yo, this guy saw that. I was like, yo, this cat wrote Mr. Right.
It was the first script I sold, yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, first script I ever wrote and first script I sold, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's when you bought that piggy.
Same thing with Next Day Air. Got that wrote Next Day Air.
That was later.
And another note from
where can people find you on all social media? Where can they contact you? How can they get a hold of you?
Instagram is official Dom Santana. What's my Twitter? Twitter is Dominic Santana, capital D, capital S. And then Facebook's just my name, Dominic Santana. Don't send me no crazy ass messages, crazy videos and all that. If you want to say hi, just say hello. Not some. So there's some people you're like, what were you thinking?
Self-tapes?
So yeah. No, I'm not gonna put you in a movie. I'm not gonna do anything. Go work and get your own career moving. And if you want to work with me, then I look forward to seeing you out there.
Y'all better go follow Dom. You got that blue check already.
What about you, Wavy? Where can what we can look forward to seeing you in or doing? I know you got the album coming.
Yeah. I ain't going nowhere, man. I ain't going nowhere. If I'm not acting, if I'm not rapping, I'm gonna be in your face somewhere. I'm not going nowhere. So, you know what I'm saying? Just on the grind. It's on the grind. As long as it's breath in my body.
He's leaving out. He's on the hit show Reprisal right now.
Yeah.
That's out right now.
Yeah. God be the
glory. Dope show.
What else you got? And give your IG and all that too, Wave.
It's a 1 hour?
Yeah,
1 hour each.
What's your IG, Wave?
I am Wavy Jonez. That's IAMWAVYYJONEZ. I'm on there, Twitter, Instagram, and I ain't going nowhere.
Shout out to Wavy, because he had a blown for the blue check too. Side nigga shit.
We know he's gonna be up in his DMs, huh? What's kind of guy?
Hey, you guys know who doesn't have a blue check?
Don't
Side
do
guy.
Hey, but I'm gonna get one.
Look, I don't have a blue check because I told my nigga want one. It's different.
He's fucking lying. He's from Jersey. He's from Jersey.
I don't need
Wavy
a
from
check.
New York. He got a blue check already. Follow
I just
up.
said I want a check. The check I can put in the bank.
There you go.
That's the most important check.
Check that matter.
Give me a check. Numbers on it.
Check that clear in the bank.
There we go.
I want no rubber check.
And one thing real quick on that check. I'm glad we're on this for the people at home.
Okay.
This for the people at home.
Okay.
Like he said, Wavy's got a blue check. I got a blue check. All that good shit. People, that blue check don't mean a fucking thing. Okay.
Thing, man.
Worry about your business. Worry about what you're trying to do. Worry about your life. Don't get people literally, they come up hyped about that shit. Like, how you get the blue check? You got the blue check. Fuck the blue check.
Jump the guy who brought it up. Who brought that bullshit
Blue
up?
check does nothing. You can't cash it.
I really needed to hear that, man.
Coming from a nigga with
You wanted that shit?
Now, if you want to hear from niggas without a blue check,
you were speaking
you gonna talk to side niggas.
It don't mean nothing.
This Don blue check life ain't the same.
Alright? I don't want no blue check.
You know, alright.
But hey, check it out. Yo, that's another episode of Acting Up Podcast.
Acting Up Podcast. Give it up.
Give it up, Acting
For Dominic Santana and Wavy Jonez. And this is how we do. Every episode, we gonna bring you the flavor, real, raw, uncut, dope guests, keeping it 100.
Yeah.
And hey, this is Acting Up, baby.
And sometimes it might just get just us. You never know. I mean, people call out all the time. You never know.
I'm glad. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. All right. So, Wavy Jonez, Dominic Santana, Acting Up, Cisco Reyes. Hey,
yo, check it out. Yo, we gotta give shit.
Shout out to.
Check us out here
at CISCO REYES at Cisco Reyes on all social media. Malik Barnhart.
BARNHARDT.
we're not a sponsor.
Oh, and also, if any of you guys got some loved ones that are incarcerated and need help getting them out,
This some
check
bitter
them
shit.
out and go to unitethepeople.org. You know what I mean? They got Justice for All People. They will help you get out. One of our sponsors. Definitely want to give them a shout out.